I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Snow's the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
What up, what up, what up? It is Free Game Friday. We're in the building. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. We are here, the realest show on planet Earth, and it is Free Game Friday. Man, I got to first of all give a shout out to my main dog, Moose. Rest in peace, Moose. If you don't know who Moose is, that's the dog of the Cleveland Browns, famous on Hard Knocks. Moose has passed away. Shout out to Moose, man. This show is powered by BetUS TV. Head on over there. The realest show on planet Earth today. We got a loaded lineup today. Joining us, the subject of the hit movie Invincible, starring Mark Wahlberg. Vince Papale joins the show. He'll be joining us today live. Plus, Shaun King, of course, on this Free Game Friday. Let's get straight to it. So tariffs are bad when we impose them on other countries, but not bad when everyone imposes them on us. Got it. Now I get it. I understand now. When Obama imposed it in 2012 on China, it wasn't bad, but now we impose it to get our shit back cracking, and it's bad. Subsequently, the same time you guys are out here spray painting and keying Tesla cars because you don't like the guy who's finding the money and where our tax-paying dollars have been going. Got it. I understand now. And furthermore, so let me get it straight. The guys that have been absolutely wrong about everything for the last 8 to 12 to 16 years are now right when it comes to the money. Got it. John Morant just can't get out of his own way, man. Fake-ass good boy, I like to call him. Continues to use gun gestures. And now it has become so bad that the entire TNT crew mocks him live on set. And he is literally the one with the reputation with real guns. And now he was told to stop by the NBA and the higher ups and do not use gestures. And he not only said no, he said he will continue to do it. And now he feels that he is a victim. Jesus Christ, son, you have a problem. I know your truth. I know where you're from. I know people who coached you. Stop it. Stop it. You are literally Carlton. And now you're wearing a fake-ass suit. The Dodgers stay undefeated, along with the second-place Padres, only because they didn't play. Ovechkin is 3 goals away from breaking the Great One's scoring record, even though he will never come close to breaking the Great One's point record. The Lakers and LeBron lose to Steph and the Warriors as Luka no-shows, and Draymond Green makes the case for Defensive Player of the Year. The PGA rejects a $1.5 billion offer from the PIF to join LIV. The NHL's top scorer, Draisaitl, exits the game with an injury. How worried are the Oilers? The Cowboys' biggest move this offseason was what? Oh, trade for Joe fucking Milton. Yeah, Joe Milton is the biggest trade offseason work the Cowboys have made. Some people out here are saying this is Dak's replacement already. But my question is, why trade Cooper Rush then? They actually got nothing for him and had to give up something for this. Make it make sense. Shaun King joins us along with former Philadelphia Eagle and subject of the movie Invincible, Vince Papale, on this Free Game Friday, powered by BetUS TV. Let's get right to it. My main man, co-host extraordinaire, Far East Sider, 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, and AR5 defending. Caitlin Clark jocking, Fox Sports' very own Big Smitty joins us.
Hey, y'all, it's Free Game Friday, my favorite day of the week. What's going on, y'all, man? It's your boy Big Smitty right here. It's on this Friday. I got my main man, JB. We got Young Bailey in the background right now. We got a ton of topics. JB just eloquently just listed the full rundown from top to bottom. So tune in to a great loaded show, and we wouldn't be us without two things. Number one, BetUS TV. Go there right now, subscribe, use their website to place all the wagers you want to place. Go to BetUS right now, BetUS TV, number one. Number two, we wouldn't be us without people like The Chef, Andrew Nance, Jay Selly, Brandon Hood, Boston Richie, Real Truth, that's JB's favorite guy, From the Sandbox Sports, Monty, Stephen Brunner, I always missed his name up for years, Deputy C, and Christian the Ninth. Shout out to y'all, man. What's going on, Jason?
Darnell, we're just here on a Free Game Friday. Why is this your favorite day?
Because it's like the last day of the week. It's free game, meaning that a lot of times we're probably going to freestyle a little bit more than we usually do, talk about some stuff outside of sports.
Just disregard the rundown for Bailey.
To an extent, which I like, because I think we get some of our funniest moments when we just kind of do that.
Just disregard him.
And then also, it's like, I know I got 2 days to take a deep breath after this. Just like nothing. I can just sleep in till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Like, as a grown man with so many responsibilities, you need a couple of days to just reset and refresh. And shout out to my guy AA Ron, man. Just right off the bat, it's 6:11. He said we getting straight to it. He got paid last night on this Thursday. He said I'm a pay it forward to my favorite show. Shout out to you, AA Ron.
Shout out to you, man. Gregory, new member. Shout out to Gregory. I don't know if you're the white guy or the black guy. Funny though, it's funny that I saw that, and it's a great segue, Smitty. Before we get to quote of the day and stuff, I got a little segment I want to bring up for you. Always, sometimes, never. We do every Friday. I'm gonna skip that for today. I got a new one today. I'm gonna do a different one. I think it's it's not like crazy or nothing, but it's something I thought of, and I'm like, man, why? Huh?
It's crazy. Anytime somebody leaves with it ain't crazy, it's crazy.
No, I'm glad that Gregory popped up, and then it was a white dude and a brother. I don't know if they're gay or not, but here's the thing. Smitty, names that you can or cannot name your kids in 2025.
Ooh.
I'm a cold producer. I come up with shit that like, damn, JB, that's kind of crazy. It's not really crazy, outlandish, but it's like funny segment that actually is real. Here's the first one I want to start off with, Smitty.
Okay.
Can you or can you not use the name Larry in 2025? If your kid was shot out the womb and you looking at your girl and you see them lips open and blah, and you see blah, and you name that motherfucker Larry, can you or can you not name that motherfucker Larry?
Nah, homie. Larry is an old name, homie. Larry, I haven't seen I haven't seen a new Larry in years.
How is it an old name? How is it an old name?
It's some names are just old, like Larry, homie. I don't know no Larry's under 30.
I get that too.
I have no homies named Larry right now. Right-handed guy. I have no Larrys in my circle.
That's what I'm asking him, homie. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's funny how a lot of it's a funny little segment I thought of. That's what I create. That's what I do. I'm a content creator now.
No, it's a great idea because like I think about names that I have like in my family, right? Like my mother and father. My mother's name is Sheila. You're not hearing no more Sheilas, homie.
Well,
no,
let's get to
no
it then. I got some names for you then. Richard.
You know what? That's an old name.
Richard, also known as Dick. I stick my dick. Anyway, that's too short. Shout out, too short.
I think you could get away with Richard. It's such a universal name.
Richard is Dick, homie. There's no way. If you can't name him Larry in 2025, you better not use Richard. That's a disrespect.
You ain't gotta name him. You ain't gotta call him Dick. That's an option, but you don't have to call him Dick.
That's what the bullies will call him because I'm bringing bullying back.
But the young kids don't even know that Dick is the short name for Richard.
I'm going to have a son. I'm going to have a son that's going to start bullying back.
Oh.
Yes, my son is literally, I'm going to put him on and fucking start bullying back in all the schools. So I'm going to have
Speaking of your son, how about Jason? Can we name somebody Jason today?
Okay, well,
Jason.
Well, you jumping ahead of the gun.
I'm sorry.
In my game. This is my game.
I'm sorry.
You got your game. Bring it on.
I got excited. I'm sorry. Continue. That's on me.
Susan.
Oh, no way.
Something for the females, homie. Susan. Can you name your daughter Susan in 2025?
No more Susans, homie.
Yeah, we don't have a buzzer. We need a buzzer, homie, or a clap. We need a clap or a buzzer.
Let's get an actual buzzer from Amazon.
Bailey should have had it ready. Bailey should have read my mind and know exactly what my game. You know
that's on you, Bailey, for sure. Yeah. That's on you, Bailey. Come on.
Hey, you got to prepare tomorrow. You
got to know, Jay. At this point, it's been 2 years. You got to know who JB is, homie.
Yeah. So we're going to say no with Larry.
Yep.
Both of us said no. You said yes with Richard. I said no.
Yep.
And then both of us said no to Susan.
No to Susan. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Barry.
I wouldn't name my kid Barry back in the days.
Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow's brother, Barry Manahigh, was the homie. You don't even know who Barry Manilow is. I'm going to say no. No go. Can't name him Barry. All right. Here we go. Tyrone.
Ooh, that's an old brother name. I'm gonna say yeah though. I think you can still get away with Tyrone. Tyrone Johnson.
Call me Tyrone. Like
yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Thumbs up.
Barry Sanders is the only Barry keeping the whole fucking Barry's name alive. I'm gonna keep it real. And Larry Allen, rest in peace, is probably the only Larry Johnson.
No, well, one of my favorite rappers, Larry June from the Bay.
I never heard of him. So he's definitely not keeping him alive.
Larry June.
So we're gonna say Tyrone. I think it's the older brother's name. I would try. I'm gonna lean. I guess you can. I will give it 2 thumbs up.
Ding, 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 ding.
Bob. It's also Robert, but I'm gonna say Bob. No go for me. There's just 2. Nowadays, you got
if it's just Bob. If it's literally just Bob, no. I'm gonna say. I think Robert. You can have another Robert, but if it's actually Bob.
All right. What about Joe?
Joe Accord, homie. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding,
you can't. I just can't name my kid Joe no more.
Joe Accord, like 30. He like my age. You do Joe.
Joe old as hell. Yeah, Joe was the cat that was inside Into the Lambs in the hole.
Oh, so he like 70 plus, 80. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Females, Jackie.
No more Jackies, homie. No more Jackies. I say, dude.
How about Fred?
Ooh, R.I.P. to Fred. I had a homie I grew up with. We ain't been cool forever, but we grew up. He got killed or died last year. R.I.P. to Fred. Trying to think, Fred.
And the last one, of course, for the females, Last one for females is Karen.
I mean, you should want to name
We gotta get rid of the Karens, homie.
Yeah, you got to. Homie.
We got to get rid of the Karens. Karen's got to go. Karen's got to go. Vincent Connor said that Jaquisha is okay though.
I don't know no Jaquishas. I know a Jacqueline from wrestling back in the days.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Free Game Friday. Quote of the day brought to you by BetUS TV. Let's dive into it, Smitty. What you tell yourself every day either lifts you up or tears you down.
That's powerful right there. That's powerful right there. It's the mindset, y'all. It's your mindset. Whatever you say is what it is. So if you say something negative about you in your life, you'll probably have a negative day or a negative outcome. But if you speak positivity into your life, then it will lead, or it can lead, to positive results in your life, man. That energy, that mindset's everything, homie. Ill Bill said, actually, this is a non-rated quote of the day. So forget everything I just said. Forget the breakdown. He don't like it. Jeff Gilbert says it's ranked number 50. Jeff loves it. OG Jeff. He 55. OG Jeff. John Stevens says top 111.
Top 111.
That's real specific.
Yeah, he has that's pretty good.
Good list, yeah. Top 111.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by BetUS. Smitty, this is I hope you could dissect this and really like tell everybody what it means.
Okay.
Might be hard to do though.
Yep.
Contrary to belief, dreams are for suckers. Contrary to belief.
That's powerful, homie.
I don't think people realize.
That's actually powerful, homie. Dreams are for suckers. And I know what y'all
It
think.
is.
Y'all
It
like,
is.
why is Debbie being a negative Nancy? Why is he? Y'all not hearing what he's trying to say. What he's saying is, don't just dream about it. Be about it. Don't just have a dream and go to sleep and do the same thing every single day. Go to sleep, dream, wake up, do your same old thing you've been doing, expecting different results. That's called insanity, homie. If you have a dream, an idea, and thought, put your foot on the pedal and take action, homie. That's actually one of the most powerful contrary to beliefs he's ever said. I'm gonna put that in the top 100. That's a top 100 contrary to belief, homie. I like that.
Really?
Jesse said top 4. That's a little powerful.
Dreams are for suckers.
Tell me
Smitty,
the top 3, Jesse, in the chat.
Smitty, that there's doers and there's sayers.
Okay.
And dreamers are sayers. I'm gonna be real.
What are you, homie? What are you, homie?
I'm a doer.
Oh shit.
Shit'll get out the pot.
Oh man. Oh shoot.
Smitty, I got a before we get to the poll question, I got a word of the day for you, and it's the Mexican word of the day. My homie's Mexican's word of the day. My homeboy asked me to give a shout out, so I said, let me do a Mexican word of the day. We say Mexican here in the hood. We don't pronounce anything like with a C or as a Mexican.
I love that.
Smitty, the word is chum.
Chum. Okay.
CHUM.
Chum. Have I heard the word chum?
Chum's like you chum for fish when you fish. You
like
chum.
Fish. Yeah, like this. Yeah, chum. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a Mexican word. All right. Shout out to chum.
My whole family is illegal. I hope ICE don't catch them. Hold up, homie. Hold up, homie. Hold up, dog. What happened, homie? I don't know where I get the voices from, though, man. That's it. What happened to you, homie?
It comes from the devil, homie.
Huh? What?
It comes from hell.
Oh, homie. Where's Ruben and Cisco, man? Oh, my back went out right there, homie.
That's crazy, bro.
Can you redo it? Can you redo it?
No, I can't. I literally can't. I got everybody watching this show. I can't do none of that. I got execs watching the show, brand sponsors, employees, co-workers, bosses. I'm 2 steps away from being. You can redo it, homie. I can't redo it, homie. I can't.
Motherfucker said, my whole family is illegal. I hope ICE don't catch them.
That's crazy. That's got to be top 3 most racist thing you said on this show in the last 2 years.
That's
Y'all
not
agree
racist.
with that?
That's not racist at all.
It gotta be top 3, but forget all that. Shout out to my homie Hanzo the Razor, homie. That's who I care about right now. Hanzo the Razor is the one I'm talking about.
Here.
Shout out to the legend.
Hey, it's funny right here.
Marshall.
Bill said the voice was funny, but that's it.
Like nothing else about it was good.
Not even the top, nothing.
He basically saying like the quote, like what you said was horrible. He don't agree with that, but he likes the voice. Like if you use the voice but said something else more positive, he would actually like the whole thing. So I mean, shout out to Ill Bill.
Yeah, no. Shout out to all the white folks dropping money in the chat today.
It ain't too many white dropping money. I saw a brother drop some money.
I haven't seen any brothers do it.
I saw a Mexican right here, Emmanuel Moreno. He dropped some money.
He only did it because I shouted out the Mexicans.
It don't matter what the white is. He dropped some money, homie. That's he's talking about. It's Friday. It's C-Note Friday. Everybody send the C-Notes. My OG Vincent gonna send a C-Note a little later.
Lucy said, I cannot come to the carne asada party.
Ooh, I had carne asada last night, homie. I went to the Mexican shop down the street in the hood. Got me a pound or half a pound of some carne asada. Brought it home. We had like a little taco, little fest at the crib, homie. Chicken with the El Pollo, carne asada. It was fire, homie.
At the house?
Yeah, at the house. I just went to a little Mexican spot to get some of that carne asada. It was already, you know what I mean, cooked real good season. So shout out to them.
Shout out to
Moxie. That's Moxie or Ernestine.
Yeah. Rob Norris. All whites.
Deputy C. He Korean.
Korean get money. He said Korean get money. It's Free Game Friday, man. Let's dive right into the poll question, Smitty. I got to ask you straight out the gate.
I don't want to answer.
Because you listened to my rundown, kind of my lead in. I talked about everything that's going on in the world of sports. Try to be like, touch on every little thing. The Dodgers, and the Padres didn't play last night. Dodgers go against a 5-1 Philadelphia Phillies team tonight. That'll be a good test for them, probably the biggest test they've had so far. Padres travel to Wrigley, where I think they'll lose their first game in Chicago. We'll dive into that later on. Ovechkin's 3 goals away from breaking the great ones, Wayne Gretzky's scoring record. But the crazy part is he's not even halfway to his points total. Like, you know the cold. Have you heard this stat? Have you seen and heard this stat?
I have not.
You can literally take away all of Gretzky's scoring, his goals. What is it? 892? 894? Something like that. Take away all the goals Wayne Gretzky ever scored, and he's still the all-time point leader.
That's crazy, homie.
Homie, you could take away his 890-something goals, and he's still the all-time point leader.
That's crazy, homie. That's insane.
No, it really is, and that's the crazy part about it.
Can you explain that? And like to all the people who don't watch hockey, explain to them how that's possible. Like, how is he able to get points without scoring?
Points are like points are assists, goals. Points go with everything that's compiled on a stat sheet that you can score, tally a point for. So a goal, assist, all these different things that he's done in his career. I don't know if we can show his stats, Bailey, real quick, since we're talking about it, if we can find it. We don't do too much hockey on here, but he's got so many assists, homie. He's got so many fucking it's kind of crazy. It's mind-boggling. I think second in points all time is Yager. So I think he's second all time. So before the poll question, though, because we'll have to do 2 poll questions today since we're talking hockey. Is this NHL scoring record more impressive, is the word I'll use,
okay,
than the NBA scoring record?
Ooh. How long has this record been held? When did Gretzky retire?
Shit. 90 what?
99.
He was done at fuck. He was still scoring. The thing is, here's the thing, Smitty. In the NHL, in my opinion, there's no way the NBA is more impressive. I'll go with a tie. I'll never say the NBA is more impressive than hockey when this is a collision sport, and we know now that the NBA right now, its current state, is not even a contact sport. Let's just be honest. I don't know. Like LeBron's longevity, to me, is his greatest fucking attribute. Like, he's continuing to still score at a high level at 40 years old. That's the impressive part to me. Not only does he play 22 years or whatever, but he can still score. My point is, in the NHL, I think you have to be able to still score at a high level at the end of your career in a physical game, getting hit on the ice. Like Ovechkin, I think he's entering year 20, if I'm not mistaken. He still is scoring. He has to score for the last 10 years, Smitty, just doing the math in my head. He has had to be an elite scorer for the last 10 years of his career on the ice to even come close to catching Wayne Gretzky's record. If that makes sense. LeBron is doing it and still scoring at a high clip year 22, which is impressive. So that's why I say I just want to ask that question to
It's a good question. I mean, for me, call it bias, call whatever, I would get a slight edge to the NBA and basketball just because of the let alone the athleticism just needed and the health needed. It just, you don't see a guy like LeBron is so, like, we've never seen this. We've never seen a guy. We've seen Vince Carter play for 22 years. We've seen Kareem play for like 20 years. We've seen guys play for a very long time, but we don't see them play this good at this late of their career. Vince Carter was a shell of himself the last like 3 seasons. RIP to Kobe. We know the injury played a role, but just his last couple of years, he was a shell of himself. Like, the list goes on and on. Michael Jordan was still solid with the Wizards. Don't get twisted. He was still pretty good. But compared to what he was in the 90s, he shell of himself. Like, so, yeah, like, LeBron may still be on an all-pro team at the end of this. Like second team or all NBA team, excuse me. Like, that's unheard of. So to me, it's like, it's not like he broke the record averaging 15 points a game. Like, nah, he broke the record still averaging 27 points a game. And I get the rules, or not either rules or just the refs have been quicker with the whistle in the last, like, whatever, 5 or so years. But again, LeBron played, he got drafted in 2004. So it's not like LeBron's whole career has been in this new era. Nah, like, LeBron played when it was real physical, and the three Boston Celtics, and like he played in all that. So I think it's still, I get a slight edge to LeBron. We never thought, and Kareem record's been held longer too. You know?
Here's the issue though. He's benefited the last 10 years from the rules changing year to year in the NBA. And being honest, it's become a perimeter game. Let's just be completely transparent here. Hockey, in my opinion, to skate for 60 minutes on the ice, you got to be a fucking athlete, number one. Number two, you have to understand something. This is the only sport, not NFL, not Major League Baseball with the addition of the bags being bigger and the clock pitch count and all these other things. The NBA's added all these other rules. The NFL, we know, has added all these rules. They're still changing the rules every day. NHL is the one sport that has yet to do anything different. Like, it's still the physical game or collision sport game that it has been since Gretzky left. It's not the same sport in the NBA. So, like, I have to give a slight edge to the NHL, even though I think both are very impressive. I guess the word was impressive. So that's
most impressive. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the NHL because the physicality, drop the gloves and chunk them. You know, there's no load managing. And, Smitty, these cats, Ovechkin and Gretzky, both, to my knowledge, have played games with broken bones and other things, which being helped by, you know, skates and other things that you use in hockey are a little different. That would be
my argument. Like, hockey, the nature of the sport has actual things that actually assist you. If you are older, if you are a little bit slower or less athletic, you're literally on skates. You're like, it's not your fault. It's just the nature of the sport. Like, basketball, it's you. It ain't nothing. It's you. So
yeah, but they still play with broken bones, though. I think you're playing with broken bones and shit. I don't know if LeBron's ever played with a broken bone.
I have no idea. I mean, maybe he has. I don't know. Like we have no idea. I don't know. I
Well,
know LeBron plays most of the games though. It has played most of his games. He's barely missed. So the load management thing doesn't really go to him. He don't load manage. LeBron plays. So I gotta give him that credit. So again,
that's probably why he's the scoring leader.
But it's good though. That's a good thing. Like it's good that you're playing. Like it's not like a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's a great record though. And by the way, Wayne Gretzky actually broke the all-time scoring record in '94, I believe. Yeah, so I think it was Gordie Howe had the previous record at 801. Wayne Gretzky scored 802nd one, I think March 23rd, 94. So he's been holding it since 94. So about 30,
by the way, in 5 years he played, he was obviously declining in his last 5 years when he was here in LA with the Kings. I was at the finals when they lost to his former team, the Oilers. I'm sorry, the Oilers, I believe it was, right? They lost to the Oilers when the Kings went to the finals, and they had Luc Robitaille and himself getting there, and they lost. He wasn't even close to what he was. Like I used to watch it right here in LA. I got to go to a game. Or the Canadians, maybe it was. I'm tripping. He wasn't even close to what he was and was still scoring, Smitty. Like the thing is, he still scored another 90 goals from the time he broke the record in 94 till he retired in 99. My point is, you still got to score some decent goals at the end of your career in the NHL to even try to have a shot at breaking this record. So Ovechkin at year 20, basically breaking this is going to be interesting.
Not for sure, man.
Shout out. Let's get to the real poll question now. I had to throw some hockey in there after the Mexican word of the day, chum. You guys will all remember that word. Was Jimmy Butler to the Warriors the best acquisition in the NBA this season?
It looks like it right now. I mean, we'll know the full answer when this whole thing is all said and done, and we see, who's holding up that trophy at the end. But right now, hell yeah, I think the Warriors have lost only 3 games. I want to say
four games. They've lost 4, and they're 19-2 when he and Steph play together.
19-2 when the two stars play together. So I mean that tells it all. Literally, this team went from like a 10th seed when Jimmy first got there to now I think they're a 5th seed, but in position to possibly even make it all the way to a number 3 seed. Like they were an average team. You could watch Steph before Jimmy got there and see the frustrations of him just knowing that it just wasn't a championship level team and not having enough. And now you see him on the court. It looks like Steph has like a resurgence, like a new energy. He feels like he has a chance. And you got Draymond there, who's going to probably win Defensive Player of the Year, deservedly so. Jimmy Butler, guy who plays both sides, who even though his stats not every single night, and Steph spoke to this last night, even though Jimmy's stats don't necessarily show how great he is every single night, when you watch the game, you understand just how important he is, because he in moments when the 3 isn't draining or going down for the Warriors, you now have a guy who's a mid-range assassin, a guy who can force contact, get to the free throw line. Since Jimmy has joined, he's increased the team's total free throw line attempts. Like I think they were ranked like number 27 when he first got there, and now they're ranked since he's been there, they're ranked like top 5 or something crazy like that, because his physicality and ability to get into the paint, draw fouls, and that's important in the playoffs, having a guy who can do that. So, I mean, we've seen playoff Jimmy lead a Heat team twice that, let's be real, probably wasn't really good enough to actually be there, and none of us really thought they would be there. I mean, I think one year they were a play-in team, went all the way to the NBA Finals. So we know what Jimmy's capable of, and obviously we know what Steph is capable of. I mean, you and Shaun Kane made your own arguments as to why Steph's even better than LeBron, which I disagree with, but hey, I understand. Steph is amazing. So my point is, putting them together, man, has been incredible, and watch out. I would not want to play them in the playoffs. And unfortunately, right now, the way things stand, Lakers and Warriors will play in the first round, which it'll be exciting to watch. But man, it sucks because one of them gonna have to get knocked out in the first round if it stays this way. So I'm hoping something shifts and the Warriors get the 3 seed or the Lakers move down to 6. I don't want to see those two, veteran-led teams play each other in the first round, but that's what it looks like right now.
Yeah, the Lakers are dead men walking after the great Luka resilient comeback, gets traded, looks good, loses weight, everything's great, and then it's back to Luka to me. He's back getting teased, bitching and crying and moaning. The guy that I talked shit about last year in Dallas, it's the same Luka. He's kind of wore off his welcome, and now he's the Luka. I just last night, I don't know if I've ever seen Luka. Like, this is the issue. This is why you and I remember, let's be clear, don't give yourself some credit here because you're trying to go against it, and I'm going to keep on saying you said it with me. Because we both tweeted out, I don't get the trade. And then everybody has this, they have this run, and everyone's like, oh, they're playing great, and blah, blah, blah. Now it looks like the tweet that we put out is legit. Because I'm just going to be honest. Luka right now looks uncomfortable in late game scenarios because he has to look over his shoulder at LeBron, which is you and I's biggest fear. Two of the guys that play the same or similar type of style that need the ball in their hand. And Luka did what? 8 points? What did he do?
Nah, he ended up having like 18, but he was quiet. He was really
halftime. He had 8.
In the third quarter, he kind of got going a little bit, got to the free throw line multiple times, made some plays. Ended up with 18, I think, in like 18-7 and something else. So it was a solid game, but yeah, he wasn't amazing by no stretch. But I don't know. The Lakers, they just won the 2 previous games prior to that, had a 2-game winning streak, beat a Grizzlies team that's pretty good right now, and then beat the Rockets, who I think the number 2 seed as well. So that's the only reason why I made that face to you, where I kind of disagree a little bit. I don't think this loss or even some of the previous losses they had in the last 10 games or so shows me that like, oh, this is over. No, I just think basketball is a game of runs. They're still the number 4 seed right now. You're still in position to possibly be the 3 seed. I just think, the Warriors is a really good team, and they lost that game. But I watched that game from start to finish. That was a hell of a game, man. That was a hell of a game. The Warriors was kind of in control, up by like 8 to 10 points. It feels like throughout like the entirety of the game. Lakers went on a run in that fourth quarter though. Austin Reeves is a bad boy. Austin Reeves is a hooper. And those Lakers, they made it close, made it interesting, but the Warriors pulled it off. But I still think the Lakers and the addition to Luka and LeBron, I still would say that they've proved us wrong in terms of how they played together. I just think Luka just didn't have his best game, specifically in the first half.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Jay Sully, man. Appreciate you, Jay Sully. I wouldn't go that far, but I appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Luka plays lazily towards the end of games, and especially when they have like no real shot. Like they got within 5 with 30 seconds left, and then they missed a couple shots to like actually allow the crowd to get involved. And if they would have hit one of those threes,
that would have been crazy.
I just don't see Gabe Vincent doesn't hit. Like they don't have a perimeter guy. And if Luka's cold like he was last night, and Austin Reeves only hit his first 3, and I don't know what he did after that.
Nah, Austin Reeves made like 3 threes in a row in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Austin Reeves gave him a chance in the fourth.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fourth, but I'm talking about in the beginning of the game. And I'm just saying, like, as far as like
he dropped 28 last night, I think.
Yeah. Just the history of what I'm saying is just the reputation. If these motherfuckers don't hit their shots late, then they don't have a perimeter guy to go to. Like they don't have a guy. If Luka's cold, my point is Luka could get his own shot. Luka could create his own shot and generate his own shot. Austin needs help to get his own shot. And I don't know if Austin's that guy.
Disagree.
I don't know if Austin's that guy. I don't think he's that guy in the playoffs.
I don't think you watch enough this year.
Yeah, Austin, but I'm just saying Austin is just.
I probably was the same way. Austin's a bad boy. This is what he do now. This ain't like.
I want to see in the playoffs. I want to see in the playoffs.
Okay, cool. This ain't no fluke though. I'm telling you, right? Anybody who's been watching NBA, tell JB.
I'm not a believer.
I'm telling you right now, Austin Reeves is legit. He's legit.
I'm not a believer.
I'm not a believer. He's legit. That's a big 3 right there, homie. I'm gonna say it right now. That's a big 3. Austin Reeves like that. No, Austin Reeves can play make for others. He can create his own shot. Don't get it twisted. Austin Reeves ain't no guy who got to run around. And Austin Reeves can dribble and go and beam you up and get to the paint, step back 3. Austin Reeves got a bag, homie. Don't let the skin fool you. Austin Reeves got a bag. I'm telling you, he's legit. I do want to see him in the playoffs, but he's legit.
They don't have any rim protection. We've been saying that has been an issue. Achilles heel of theirs is going to be rim protection because their defensive perimeter play is not very good, Smitty. Like, let's be real. They had a good run, and I know they're top 10 defense and all these fucking analytics, but the bottom line is, if you've noticed the last 3 weeks, their defense has declined steadily. Yeah. And they have no perimeter defense. I'm just going to be honest. And if you get by their perimeter, guess what's there at the rim? Nothing. Jackson fucking Hayes, homie. Jackson Hayes, who's 130 pounds soaking wet. I just don't see them having a fucking big run in the playoffs. I don't think they can get by Golden State. I don't think they can get by anybody besides probably, gun-toting Memphis.
I don't want us playing Golden State in the first round. I agree with that. That's a very dangerous, Steph's just too dangerous. That's not somebody who I want to play against in the first round. A lot of the other teams, I feel like Lakers got a chance, but we'll see though, man. I think the Lakers got a little shaky once LeBron went out and got hurt and missed those a few games. That's when this last like 10-game stretch started to kind of happen and started to get a little weird. That's why I'm not overly concerned, because prior to that, they were rolling. So I just think let them get back fully in the groove. You know what I'm saying? Last few games of the season going to the playoffs, I think the Lakers will be okay, but they do not want to see the Warriors first round.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see. All right, well, let's dive into it, man. John Morant makes a three, Smitty, and then he does his thing that he's kind of known for. And I guess this one right here is what I guess was told the gesture that he can't use. I want to be clear, Smitty, real quick, and you can have it. I want to be like super clear and transparent with Adam Silver. I think you're a coward. I think you're a coward, and I think this is – I'm never going to defend this shitbird, but I'm going to make sure that we're not being unfair or unjust to any one person. I've seen multiple players do this.
Yes.
Multiple.
Yes.
And in the NFL, they banned this rule for the entire league. Adam Silver has only targeted Ja Morant. He needs to put this rule out league-wide, Smitty. No gun gestures if you're going to continue to fucking point out this guy. Because the reputation of having a real gun is his issue for this. Like, let's just be real. The other cats can do it because they haven't had a real gun on fucking IG Live.
Right.
This cat is continuing to be pointed out because of your lack rules, Adam Silver, and you just haven't put out the entire overall no more gun gestures for anybody. Because I've seen him and Buddy Hield did it the other day at each other. It's really a sad deal, Smitty, especially after the killing. We just saw all the it's like insensitive, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's funny as fuck because you're looking at it like, dog, do these motherfuckers understand? Like, when is Adam Silver just gonna pull your fucking card, John Morant, and say, you know what? We've given you multiple chances. You don't get it. Sometimes some people just don't get it, Smitty, and you got to go. A year ban or whatever. They've already given him how many games?
Did that, basically. I already did that.
Well, it was half. I mean, it wasn't a whole year.
A lot of games on me.
I'm talking about just a whole year. No play. Like, something's going to have to jog this cat's memory, homie. Like, I don't know what you're going to do, but, like, at the end of the day, first of all, Adam Silver needs to put a whole fucking league ban on it for the league so we can just stop discussing John Morant. But then on the other side is a grown folk making a lot of money, Smitty. This cat right here he's a young man that's troubled, man. He don't get it. I'm sorry. He don't get it. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. A lot of people do this in the league, and it's not an issue for anybody else. But again, we understand why it's an issue for
him out.
Right. That's a great point. But at the same time, though, two things can be true. John Morant, you know your history. You know the videos that everybody saw. If I'm you and I'm just being smart, I'm not doing anything that can be looked at as gun related. I don't want to. I'm not playing Call of Duty. I'm not doing nothing that got a gun reference. Nothing.
Well,
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. You ain't gonna see me do shit.
Nothing. No weapon.
Like,
no weapon.
My
nothing.
hand. Nothing.
I ain't cutting my steak. Nothing. I ain't doing none with a weapon. I might
do this, Smitty, and then
I might be opposite. I might right, you know. But
I
yeah,
ain't gonna put my hand down like that. I'm not gonna do that. That's racist.
but that's where I'm at with it. Because again, guys have been doing different variations of this for years. Because we get it's a comparison. It's similar. I'm a good shooter, so that's just their way of doing it. Some people do the 3 to the head, and like it's different little references that people do. And it wasn't a big deal until John Morant's video went out. So now it's becoming a bigger deal. So because of that, it's like, Ja, just chill, like just be smart, you know. And to his credit, whatever, we ain't heard nothing until like this week. Like Ja has been pretty clean, ain't did nothing stupid, ain't got no trouble. He ain't really been
kind of like though, like he's kind of disappeared as like we thought this guy was the face of the league,
right?
Like he's kind of like we don't really like.
Yeah, we don't talk. We don't.
You know, all these other guys have kind of trumped him in the last 2 years, and it's like, what happened to John Morant? Like you were the guy.
He got suspended, then he came back last year.
I heard
for like 2 games, got hurt. He basically missed like 1.5, 2 seasons. The Grizzlies now are, you know, looking pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? They're still, you know, the West is so tight. I think they're still kind of fighting for play-in a position, but they've been a good team this year. He's averaging, you know, 23 points, 7 assists, like shooting about 46%. Feel like he's playing good. It just, I think, like you said, missing that all that time and seeing guys like Shai Gilgeous, obviously Jokic keep doing this thing, seeing Tatum win a ring last year, seeing Anthony Edwards kind of continue. All these younger guys got better while John Morant was on the sideline. And I think just the storylines of them and the hype around them kind of overcame and trumped John Morant, on top of the fact that he's in Memphis. He's in a market that's not that big as well. So I think a lot of things, you know, kind of piled against him, so to speak. He's still hooping. Like it ain't nothing, like he's still doing his thing. So
here's the like
and made the game winner last night, by the way. Ended up making this same game, made the game winner.
Yeah.
Tom, you know,
I think that was this right here. But here's the thing.
This ain't the game winner right here.
Oh, it was another one then. He did his same thing. Here's the thing, like this is back to that Draymond Green respect thing video that we did, and it's out there right now. We had a Shaun King discussion. Like this is another reason we've had idiots in my generation play basketball, football. We've had guys talk shit. We've had the TOs of the world clowning on the star. Like we've always had the competitive talking shit and barbershop banter. Like this is another reason, though, in my opinion, that we say there's no respect, because you got the 150 million reasons to shut the fuck up. We had maybe 1 million. 3 million was a big time payday, and I get the times are relative and all that. But you have life, but still, even $5 million then, Smitty, which was huge, is not 250 million. Like there's no comparison to that shit. This guy has made generational money off of the road that was paved for him. And yet he continues to disrespect it. I'm not saying disrespect the OGs, the game itself that's given him this opportunity to change everything in front of his life. Like this cat might ruin it. Like here's the issue I have. You got guys like him who's a freak of nature. Then you got a guy like Zion who's a fucking freak of nature. He's out again another year. I'm going to literally, I know we don't have time, but we have to make a show for it because I'm literally putting him on my bus watch list. I gotta be honest, Smitty, like that's why the respect factor gets lost, though. When you got guys like Zion Williamson, who's just refuses to just be in shape at the all-time high of the precipice of your sport and make all this money and be a freak of nature that you are, and then you just slap the game in the face. That's just my opinion. That's why I think the lack of respect's there. That's just another story for another day. But I'm being honest, Smitty, like, the kid right here, his daddy's on the sideline with a porn star. He's always getting into it with somebody, Shay or Shannon Sharp on the sideline Laker game. Got a drink, you know, he got this red cup. Like, it's always a show with these motherfuckers. Like, I don't understand why, to your point, you can't just shut the fuck up. I get being flamboyant and talking shit. I'm that way. you're that way. If we're gonna clown, we can clown
for sure. And that's who Ja's been. That's what got him here. I'm not saying just be like a robot on the court. That's not who he is. Like he's competitive. Literally, I like Ja on the court. I think everything he does is great. Just don't do no gun reference. That's all I'm saying. Do everything else. Talk shit.
I just think it's a big.
Be who you are. Just don't do the gun references. That's it.
I just think the bigger picture is like something. I just think there's some bigger, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the daddy's not a daddy. He's a homie. Like that's number one. Like I love that the daddy's around the motherfucker. Like I really do.
Every day he's with him.
I don't want to be like that guy.
We saw the videos of him training Ja when Ja was a kid and the hard training he's putting him through. You know what I'm saying? I think now in this current role, he's like a friend. But from what I at least saw, the videos they would show growing up, it seemed and looked like he was an actual father in his life and training them and getting them ready and all that. But it's like now that Ja got the money, it's like, hey, my job done. Like, hey, I'm gonna reap the benefits of this too. Do what it looks like.
Yeah, I like half you're gonna bitch and moan. Oh, he don't have a daddy. Then the other fucking half don't want to give the credit when the daddy's in the kid's life. Right. I give Lonzo Ball. I give Ball. Grew up right here, so I got to see him. But I got to see LeVar with Lonzo and Melo and all them as a youngster right here at Chino. And I'm like, fuck, man. That's what daddies are do. Like that. I don't understand why you mad at him. He he's made his family generational wealth anyway. At the end of the day, they're set for life. And this cat right here, his daddy been around him since he was a little kid. I know people that coach Coach Zion, coach all these guys in South Carolina. Dog, the bottom line is you were there with them and you had a good 2-family income, decent coin, nice little house, cool spot. Ja was dressed like fucking, Carlton. And now all of a sudden you're gangster when you make money. See, we was gangster and then made the money and then you didn't see us no more. He's opposite. He's flipped the script and was Carlton, got money, and now he's gangster.
That's why I say yesterday we had another topic. I said this is our fault though, our generation and your generation, because y'all made whether y'all meant to do it or not, y'all made gangsters seem cool.
Well, here's the thing though, like
be real, JB. Like the gangster was like that. It was a cool cat.
You talking about NWA and shit?
You had all the girls, even you jokingly come on here and I'm begging it, but it was cool. So now the young guys in their head, they want to be that because that's deemed as
I don't know. Cool. I think it's a different deal. Because I think you're confused. There's two different cultures and generations in that culture. You got a hustler culture, which we used to call lures. We were about money and bitches and woo. Then you got real gangsters. All right. Okay. Now that was the image that NWA came out and portrayed, but there was really only one cat that was a gangster in that whole thing. Nah, he wasn't even a gangster. He was a dope dealer. He was a hustler.
I mean, okay.
Ren was the only gangster.
Ren was the only gangster. Okay.
And so like that Dre and Cube were shipped out to Taft, Woodland Hills. Like we know the real. Yellow was just a homie kicking it. Easy was just a little hustler on the side.
Street dude though, right? Easy was a real street dude.
Kelly Park. I've been around since a little kid. He's kicking on the corner at Randy's at the donut store. The problem is he was never a gangster though. He wasn't like a bitch or something, but he wasn't no like gangster. He was like a little hustler, little sealed nicks and dimes, and
I thought Easy was Crip affiliated.
He is, but it doesn't mean he's a gangster. Kelly Park is a Crip neighborhood, but that doesn't. He wasn't like that. The problem is like that was the first image, right? That was NWA. Everybody wants to be like NWA. Khakis, corduroy, croak sack.
Before them, no, even I would say Ice-T a little bit, but that whole the West Coast, the gangster rap to your point made it like popular. Everybody wanted to.
But it was like Public Enemy on the East Coast kind of had the same vibe though, and they were before NWA or right with it. So like, there's a lot I don't know, but I'm just saying the issue I have is now these young cat rappers have come out and now are doing it and acting as if this is really their lifestyle when it's not. And then you hear about a guy like King Von or whatever he was really like that. Well, the thing is,
he's really doing.
Yeah,
my folks really doing shit.
So But you're showing it now on podcasts on Adam 97, and you go on these fucking all these blogs and vlogs or whatever.
Adam what?
Whatever that motherfucker. The girl that get his brother that gets ran through. Like all this shit, homie. I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
Now I feel you. Like on a serious note, I don't understand it, but I do understand it. Like I don't understand in the sense that like it don't make sense. You're $200-something million. Why y'all trying to portray like you hard or being gangster? Or like who you trying to impress? You trying to impress your boy from your neighborhood still and show that you still about it? When again, a lot of y'all didn't even grow up like that. I'm somebody who actually grew up in the hood, like on a serious note, but I decided not to go that route because I knew that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So like but it's the people who didn't even grow up in the hood who just want to be affiliated. You know what I'm saying? I was watching interview last night on Club Shay Shay of Damon Wayans, one of the older Wayans brother, and he was talking about his kids. He said my kids grew up in like Beverly Hills, but he said I wasn't keeping my eyes on them enough, and they're hanging out in the hoods and they want to be with the Crips and the Bloods and hanging with them. Like, if for some reason, kids who grow up good, a lot of times it's like they want to prove themselves that they haven't been coddled and they're not spoiled and they want to go hang with the gangsters in the hood to prove something. It's crazy.
Look what I put in the private chat. Like this shit is getting to be insane, homie. Like this is the shit though that's gonna hurt the kid because everyone's gonna take it. I know you saw my post last night. I know you saw my post last night, dog. TNT's whole crew, Smitty. TNT's whole crew mimicked this cat. You heard saw it. I caught it and I was like,
it was funny though.
Like,
it's funny.
Duel, silencer. He's a silencer.
Recoils,
killer,
reload.
Like straight shooter.
Sharpshooter.
Homie, like this shit, dog. They're clowning this cat. He's like now getting mocked. He's getting mocked on TNT. And like TNT the last couple of weeks, Smitty, I'm gonna be real. Since Barkley and Kenny's covering the college Final Four and shit.
Yeah.
Like they've been on Hinge, homie. They doing some shit like fuck it, we're out of here anyway.
Yeah.
Like they talking shit. Like that's what I don't get it. So that's what we do every day. But
yeah,
I don't think we can show that, Bailey. I don't know if I would.
We ain't shacking show. Yeah, I wouldn't show that. Ain't no point. I'm trying to get this money.
Yeah, it's funny though.
It is hilarious. Huh?
That's crazy though. AI is a motherfucker.
Maybe you can retweet it and tell your fans go look at Twitter when we go to our commercial break here in 2 seconds.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Cool. I don't know why you brought it up there.
I just want you to see it.
All right, cool. Well, it's 7:00, Bailey. So from timing purposes, this is typically when we do a quick commercial break. And
we got time today with our.
We got time. We can keep it rolling and say, no commercial break. Let's keep it rolling there. We ain't got to do nothing.
Yeah, we can take a break.
We got to take a break. I ain't got to pee here now. We just keep rolling. We can go straight 3 hours, no break. So let's keep it rolling. My guy, one of the best quarterbacks in the game right now, my favorite quarterback in the game, Lamar Jackson, is challenging NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 8 trademark. Lamar says it is too close to his Era 8 brand name. We all know Jackson filed a similar trademark opposition to NFL legend Hall of Famer Troy Aikman last year, and they are still battling. So I'm going to go off first because I actually read on this a little bit. This is just straight business, y'all. This ain't nothing personal. This ain't nothing, all three of these guys are legends in their own right, all use the number 8, and they all, have a brand associated with that. This specific, opposition, whatever is so Dale Earnhardt uses like 2 variations of the number 8. One of them closely resembles his number 8 that was on his actual car. That's totally fine. His team has no opposition towards that. But there's a more generic, logo that Earnhardt uses as well. That's very close and similar to what Lamar uses. So just to make sure that there's no confusion between the brands, I just want to make sure that it's very specific as far as what each person gets. Now, from what I read, it sounds like Jackson, Earnhardt, and Aikman will all be granted slightly different trademarks for their respective brands. Like, obviously, no one's going to get exclusive control over the standalone number 8. It's a commonly used, number and symbol that's used, across the world, of course, right? So I think right now they're just trying to figure out, like, okay, which exclusive version of this number 8 logo will be allowed for each party to distinguish and differentiate who's who. So that's all it is. This ain't nothing personal, nothing like that. So shout out to all these legends, man. Dale Earnhardt Jr., obviously Troy Aikman, and my guy Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, should have been 3-time and future Super Bowl champion as well. So
yeah, I love how you just nonchalantly shout out to all of them. No big deal. He just suing them.
It ain't no money.
You wonder why we don't respect
the trademark situation. You've been through this. It ain't like you for some money or something, homie.
You wonder why we don't respect y'all, though. I mean, let's be.
That's gonna be your thing all year now. Like, you gonna use this Draymond thing?
No. I'm being real though. The basis of this whole respect thing was the generations before and now, and that was the entire conversation. The last time I checked. Not only is Dale Earnhardt a legend, figuratively and literally in his space, he's been around for about 20 years prior to Lamar Jackson ever being thought of in the sport that he particularly is in. And his daddy is maybe the most legendary motherfucker of all time.
Rest in peace.
Okay. Troy Aikman, 3 Super Bowl time champ, who's been around way longer. Again, you want respect and you're not giving it. Make it make sense, dog. How do you want respect from us in the Draymond Green take, which comes back to this, Smitty? How do you want respect when you haven't earned anything and yet you're now suing for it or bitching and crying about it when these two people were way ahead of you? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, homie, this is called humble humility, paying homage. You can get money another way with your own Era 8, or whatever you're going to do.
What you trying to do, homie?
They can't fuck with
because
that.
They played before him don't mean that their gear and merch in this version of the number 8 drop. Those are separate entities. That's what I'm saying. This ain't that big of a deal. They're just trying to distinguish who owns what, homie. This is business. This is Lamar's life. This is football. What are we talking about?
Man, no shit, it's pro football. I had nothing to do with this. Had nothing to do with this.
Come on, homie.
Again, you're missing the big picture.
No.
The road was paved. The road was paved to not only get this cat more money on the field than ever, to get more money off the field than ever before.
Okay.
So it's not, and I'm not going to sit here and cry over spilled milk and woo that Troy Aikman and Earnhardt didn't have the off the field or track or fucking court possibilities that Lamar has, because we didn't.
They rich as hell.
Well, they are from other things, but Aikman didn't have these opportunities off the field that Lamar has now. Let's just be real. With social media, publications, marketing, everything is enhanced tenfold. Troy Aikman had a fucking, not even a regular commercial. I mean,
Troy Aikman was a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Best believe he's
yeah.
All right, now.
I get all that. But what I'm saying is they, again, paved the way for a guy like this. To benefit,
shout out to them for being older. We appreciate them. What does that mean?
That's the whole thing. That's the reason I'm saying this, though. That's the only reason I'm saying this. Like, this, there's got to be another way to do this. Is all I'm saying. Like, is he going after Kobe next? Is he going to go after? Is he going to go after?
Don't resemble his.
Is he going to go after?
Very unique way. He got the snake. He got the mamba skin. Like that ain't again.
But trying to control 8.
But I'm saying that you have a specific logo that's very similar to mine.
I get it, Smitty, but
let's protect each other.
I get it, Smitty, but let's be honest. It's all about the number you wear on your jersey, homie. These guys wore it prior. That's my point. You're making money off of them, Smitty. Like they were before you, homie. Like I don't understand why that's not being thought of right here. Like it's a you problem now, Lamar, homie. You got to figure it out. By the way, shout out to Lamar. I'm gonna get him on the show. He followed me last night on Twitter. Hit him up. That'll be a shocker for all you guys out there. I'm gonna point that out to Smitty when he comes on the show.
And I can't wait to my show. I'm gonna tell Lamar all the bullshit that you said because he probably haven't seen all that. He probably saw some of. He probably saw some of the.
Real recognize real.
And saw the
real recognize real.
He saw the other side of
real recognize. My homeboy coaches homie.
Homie. He saw all the fun, the funny, the jokes, the video last night with the Saunders guy, and he's laughing. He's like, "Oh, this cat funny. He followed this white boy." But I'm gonna show him the real. I'm gonna have Betty chop up a whole collage of all the hating you did. He ain't gonna never win. He can't throw the football for
Ain't
real.
no hate.
He ain't
Ain't
a
no
real
hate.
quarterback. He a wide receiver playing quarterback. Yeah, I'm gonna show him all that for the intro video. That's all you hating, and then have him react to it.
Yeah. I agree with Chris. Why don't you create a new logo, homie? And then Smitty's going to say, why? He's Lamar Jackson. Exactly. Why? You're after these two. Pay homage, homie.
He played after. He played after. That don't mean his logo was after. From what I read, and correct, go look it up. If I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong. From what the way the language is written makes it seem like Lamar Action Jackson had the logo first. And then Dale Earnhardt is trying to get his merchandise going and made a secondary logo that's too similar to Lamar, who made his logo first. Homie, is what I'm trying to explain to you, Chris. Miss Cheer, Chris. This ain't, forget who played first. This is a separate business, homie. This is separate. Y'all, I can tell y'all ain't never really negotiated with no brands before. Y'all never got no brand sponsor. Y'all ain't never did. This ain't got nothing to do with the football piece, homie. The football is what elevated your name to put you in position to do this. Duh. Obviously, the race card and NASCAR will put you in position to do it. Duh. But the business setup in the merchandise world has nothing to do with the field stuff. The language is written as if Lamar had his logo first. That's how it's written. So,
by the way, FYI, contrary to belief, Lamar's known me for a long, long time. Let's take a break, Smitty. I gotta get coffee, take a piss. Hey, we'll be back. We'll be back. Well, you said he didn't know me.
Lamar's known me for a very long time.
Well, you said he didn't know the white boy.
I'll be back in 3 minutes, homie.
I made Lamar. The Big Apple, Smitty. That is what we got going on today.
Ooh-wee. That's what I want to talk about, homie.
Look at that. Look at that. Torpedo bat, homie.
That's crazy. That looks like Elon's rocket that keeps failing. That looks crazy.
That's fake, homie. All right, let's dive into it, Smitty. Let me get your take. First of all, let me get your take on this thing. They hit 9 home runs, not even a record. Just go give you guys a little history lesson. 1987, before Smitty was born. I was basically 11 years old, in the streets, already banged out, and I was already in the streets playing over the line. We were playing over the line baseball, just so we're clear. I was already playing over the line. I was already a big time athlete, on the way to becoming a big time player in all sports. And I was like, damn,
you go player
in the hood in Compton by myself, only white boy, but I was beating everybody in every sport. But anyway, they called me Great White, and I was like, damn. So I was doing all this stuff, and I was like, well, what's the issue here? Because in 1987, the Joe Carter-led Toronto Blue Jays hit 10 home runs. That was how long ago, Smitty? A long time ago. Long time ago. 38 years ago.
At least.
So still ain't broke it. That was 87, Waffle, I believe, when the Toronto Blue Jays hit 10. You can fact check me, but I think I'm right on that.
Oh, 86. You might be right, though. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So they hit 9. The next day they hit 4, Smitty. So they had 13. They hit 13 in 2 days. They scored 32 runs in 2 days.
They scored how many runs, homie?
32. And here, let me be clear.
That's crazy.
And Judge hit how many home runs?
He had 3 the first game. What did he get on the second one?
I think 1 or 2. I think he already has more home runs and RBIs than he had through 16 games last year. But you know the irony is?
What?
The conspiracy theorists that are all out here crying like a motherfucker today about these bats. The Dave, what's his name? Portnoy. Dave Portnoy's of the world who are Boston fans. There's nothing worse than a fanboy for another team crying and bitching about another team because they beat your team or better than your team. That's the worst thing you could cry about. Like, it is what it is. If the Dodgers lose to the fucking Giants or the Padres, you know what it is? I'm like, hey, dog, here's what I can't go in here and cry about they got cheated. Here's the issue I have, Smitty, real quick. Does anyone know what bat Aaron Judge uses? Not that bat. He don't use that bat. He didn't use that bat all weekend long. Nobody wants to break down the facts. He did not use the torpedo bat.
Really?
By the way, no, he didn't. He used his regular own fucking bat. And by the way, why is this such a big deal? You know why? Because the Dave Portnoy's of the world and these other fanboys will get out and with a big platform, make a video that'll get circulated and become a viral one. And then everybody jumps on some sort of bandwagon and talks about it's illegal and blah, 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 blah. It's not illegal. Number one, they've just, whatever you want to call it, proportioning the bat differently. As far as it's the same size, Smitty, the same weight, Smitty, the same measurement, Smitty. They just use the wood in a different place.
Why?
Because their scientific guy wants to say that's where the sweet spot is.
Let me ask you though. You as the athlete in common sense, why do you think they did that?
That's where the sweet spot is.
To give them an advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not cheating by the rules because they found the loophole, but it's cheating, homie. It don't take no genius. You even got to watch baseball. If you put more of the surface area at the sweet spot, which is the spot that contacts the baseball when you're hitting it. If I put more wood in the spot that hits the ball, what do you think is going to happen, homie? Hey, homie, I might have you send me one of these beats that we don't use from your homie, a free beat. I'm going to make a song to it. It was on my New Year's list to make one rap song this year. So send me a few different beats, and I'll see which one I like. If I like one of them, I'll use it. I'll blow it up. If I don't like none of them, I'll get a beat for somebody else. So we'll go that route. But I am making a song this year. Make sure when I drop it, all y'all support me. It's going to be fire. And thank y'all for being here, man. It's hour number 2. We in it. It's C-Note Friday, man. We got, I think, one C-Note. We got to have a C-Note. Make sure y'all send in y'all C-Notes, man, so we can continue to blow this thing up and we can get Bailey full-time working on this show. We can move him out to L.A. and we can get JB, take him away from that network he's working at in his 9 to 5 and get JB full-time on this show as well. So he can, be able to take care of all his stuff and he ain't got to worry about clocking in no more. So let's make sure we take care of JB properly. And get on full-time on this show, y'all. And them C-Notes going to help. So, appreciate y'all.
Baby can come out to L.A. and I'll be in Arizona, though.
We all go somewhere opposite. I'm going to go back to Indy. Cheaper.
Tornado.
It's cool. Thank God my family good, though. That tornado did touch down. It messed up Carmel. Carmel's one of the nicest cities in America. It actually was voted like number 1 multiple years in a row in the past. I lived there before I came out to L.A. They'll fix that up like this, though. That tax money, they love Carmel. They'll do that, like this. So, but shout out to Carmel. Shout out to Brownsburg. Got hit too. I need to check on my high school coach, who's lives in Brownsburg now. Hope he's okay and the family's good. But my family's all good, thank God. And yeah.
Shout out to Lake City, Arkansas, who got hit with an F5, multiple F5s. I heard.
Hey, Joe, we gotta make sure we let Joe Core at some point call in. He's been blowing me up in the chat. We're going to have that talk, Smitty. Like, he's been going hard.
Talk about what? I still don't get it.
He probably wants to correct me on the weather or just say his piece about why he didn't tell me and warn me that my family was in trouble last night or 2 nights ago. So,
yeah,
we'll figure it out.
That ship sailed.
Yeah.
Let's get it. It says days ago.
We've
had like 6 earthquakes since then.
It's all types of going on. Like, I want to know what's going on today, homie. But you know what's not days ago?
I want the weather on the boat, on the yacht. I want the weather on the ocean this weekend.
Yeah, I already told you, and you said it was basic. You said it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, they just Google it.
But listen, you know what's not days ago? What's happening now? Brought to you by Bet US TV, homie. And I think it's time to dive into what's happening now. That's me on the right. I don't see JB on this picture at all. We might have to Photoshop him in. JB, man, what's happening now, man? What's on your mind? What's going on in the world?
The cat that's grooming little kids to have a youth LGBTQ camp, Kalen Saunders, says he would knock out AB, Antonio Brown, back to his pre-CTE days. He said, "I'll beat the fuck out your dumb ass."
You said, hold on, time out. You said that perfectly. Like you said that exactly how he definitely typed that. Like the way, the speed, the execution, the connectivity of the word. That was chef's kiss, homie.
Beat the fuck out your dumb ass. I would knock your ass back to pre-CTE. After Brown called Sanders the F word. Wait, take a deep breath.
No, I was just got scared. I pray to God.
Say the word now.
Okay, cool, but don't say it on this show, please.
I think you can say it again.
Cool, but I'm asking you as your co-host, just don't say it on this show. Say it you want to outside.
They say it on Twitter. They say it on Twitter, right? F-A-G-G.
But don't say it on this show. Please don't say that on this show.
Anyway, he called him the F of the day, the F-A-G.
Okay, we got it. They can read it.
After announcing he was running an LGBTQ-friendly football camp. So,
two things can be true. I mean, you guys heard our take yesterday. I don't necessarily agree with doing. I take necessarily out. I don't agree with him doing this camp. And Jay made a hell of a point of saying, listen, just do a football camp, make it for all, and then if a kid so happens to show up and be this, okay, so be it. But to label it specifically LGBTQ is a way that kids are sponges. They will be influenced by doing it. And then you have kids in the neighborhood who's like, dang, I want to be with an NFL player and be at their camp, but I'm not gay or lesbian or whatever. Well, I'm gonna just act like I am or whatever the case may be to try to participate. Like it sounds silly, but kids are silly. Kids are sponges and they soak in. So anyway, y'all heard all that yesterday. But two things can be true. This cat was D lineman, 6 whatever, 300 something pounds. He probably could knock out little AB. AB, what, 5'9", 5'10", 180 pounds? I mean, these two got in a fight. I mean, I'm putting my money on Saunders, I'm being honest. So two that could be true, homie.
Yeah. I mean, here's the issue, though. Like, all that shit is social media. Like, the bottom line is the cat's holding the camp still. And that's the truth of the matter. And AB does his shit for clicks and likes, and this guy's actually holding a camp this summer. And I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked at it. Because here's the thing. I don't know there's a difference between him and what Ja Morant do with the gun gestures. Kids somewhere are looking at that and mimicking you today. It is what it is. That's just what the fact of the matter is. Homie, that's proven fact since I was a little kid until now. Nothing's changed with kids mimicking adults. That's just is what it is. Or idols or heroes. Or whatever. And most heroes to some young kids that don't have a clue until they get to be an adult are unfortunately athletes, entertainers, actors, and rappers. That's just what heroes are to especially us having grown up in the hood. Everybody, my heroes were like fucking, athletes, some sort of entertainer. Like it wasn't like when it should have been my daddy or my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like right. we don't look at it like that until we get older. So like it's unfortunate, but that's what it is. These kids will look up to this. The LGBTQ youth, which don't exist in my opinion, we're forcing that community on us. We're forcing a youth LGBTQ community that don't exist, which is a shame and shameful. And you should be fucking ashamed of yourself to try to create a bunch of kids to be involved in an LGBTQ thing. How do we even know what they don't? How do you know that they want to do it? Homie, it's a whole story. Anyway, the story is though, AB goes on Twitter and does this shit, and they get into it, and it is what it is. And so, it's so funny, Smitty, because the response I read was like what he said was like, AB, you was a dog. You was the shit on the field. I'll give you that. Like, that's what he started it off with.
Right,
like,
right.
Then he's like, but I'll knock your bitch ass out. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear what you're saying.
I don't know, Smitty. It seems just like everything's a fucking. We gotta make this bread so I can get up off social media.
Well, it's actually opposite. We gonna have to be on social media more to make. I mean, I know you saw my whole little woo that I sent you yesterday. Like, we gotta do more to get the belt.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's nothing. But I'm not. I got some other things going too.
You need to get that lined up, man. You let me know when you're gonna send that and flip it, and you can change it, edit the rules.
Yeah. I haven't read it yet.
Okay, you read it today. That's money to get it over here. So anyway, though, man, let's move on to our second hour.
You got the deal first, the original deal. I don't want to press them. Huh?
Don't be scared. You brought it up. I'm excited now. Now we got to press it. We got a full court press.
I asked you a question about it.
We Houston now, homie. We full court pressing this thing.
Springtime.
They already lost Michael Vick. They need us. So, second hour though. Topics here. The Raiders.
Huh?
What you say?
Oh damn! Power went out.
Where Lee at? The Raiders and QB Geno Smith have agreed on a 2-year, $85.5 million extension with $66.5 million in guarantees, homie. What you laughing at? What you laughing at, homie? Oh, I just saw that. I know what you laughing at. I know what you laughing at.
Hell no, homie. Hold on, dog.
You saw that too?
What are you talking about?
What you talking about? Yeah.
This motherfucker said that's like out of his like, it's not even his character. Like,
that ain't even how he talk or nothing. He ain't never said this phrase before, homie. Look at his face though when you read the quote. He's really hot right now.
Terminator. I think Joe would like scalp you.
You think so?
Like, he'll pull your skin off your body.
He had to get me down first. The only way Joe would beat me in the fight is if he like got a needle.
It's not about the fight. Like, it's not the fight. Like, I think he'll literally like
if he got a syringe and like knock me out, that's the only way he'll win. That's it. Look, he dogging me though. Look, he said, I just want my side heard, but Smitty rather continue being a part-time D-list YouTuber and some lackey at Fox Sports.
Damn, he mad.
Yeah, now you didn't see the one before that though. Hold on.
He personal now.
He said, for the chat, I support the show 100%. Smitty said things he knows are fucked up and won't be a man to apologize, but typical beta Mac bullshit. Yeah. He said, I'm sure I will get shit from my side, but I don't care. I stand on business. He got the best quotes. He's like, you like a movie producer. Like, you got the one-liners like a motherfucker, boy.
Oh,
we might hire Joe to be our Twitter guy and just put out all. He got the great.
Like I said, Mac bullshit. This cat like really been thinking about this shit all night.
Hey, people telling Joe to calm down and stuff. Like, they nervous for my life and all type of stuff. Where Joe live at? He in LA, homie?
Nah.
Gotta watch my back, homie.
He's in like middle Oklahoma, homie.
Oh man.
It's his comedy. He would rip your skin off your face though in that hole on because he's the guy in the hole.
Yeah.
On Silence of the Lambs.
What's that documentary you had me watch? Gone Girls. He like the big homie.
Did you watch it? Did you watch Gone Girl?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Yeah,
that's true story though.
I know. This is crazy as hell. Big weirdo.
I remember when the shit was happening, and I didn't know it was on Netflix, so I had to watch. I was like, damn, I remember this shit.
WPS, homie. Yeah.
Buffalo Bill. That's Joe.
Somebody said, yo, he said, Smitty hurt bro feelings. I know, homie. All Joe want me to say is I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm sorry until I hear your side, homie. I don't know what I'm apologizing for. My family was in trouble, and I had no idea that they were having that type of storm. And that's what they talking about. He said in the Discord. Homie, we're not in the Discord every day. You know that. I got bills to pay.
He really mad. He really mad. Like, of you just joking to start the show.
D. Jones said Joe crashing out. Chris said I never see Leah's comment. She must have blocked me. Leah don't do that. She ain't got that type of energy, Chris. Leah don't block people. Don't say that, Chris. That's not what Leah does. She all positive. So, but yeah, man. Anyway, let's move on. Geno Smith got $85.5 million extension with 66.5 in guarantees. Shout out my guy Jordan Schultz who reported it, man. That's my homie. Geno is now under contract for the next 3 seasons in Las Vegas, huh? That's my homie. Next 3 seasons in Las Vegas. I love the deal. I think it's a hell of a deal. 66 million guarantees. You know, even if he gets the full, pretty much he didn't get the full contract guarantee damn near, but split it up was 42.5, 43.5, whatever per year. I think that's right, kind of middle of the pack, a little more than middle of the pack in the quarterback market. I think Geno's earned it. Pete's looking out for him. They have a great connection. I expect Geno to have a hell of a year, honestly, with the Raiders, back with his coach who helped kind of remold him in a sense, the resurgence of his career. I got to give some credit to Coach Carroll for that. And I'm excited to see what the Raiders do this season, man. Like, we know the type of fan base that they've always had. I know it's in Vegas now, so it's a little weird, but it's still, man, when the Raiders are good, it's good for football. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they're going to be a Super Bowl contender this year, but they're a team that every single Sunday you got to, wake up, strap up your cleats, strap up your hard, put in your hard hat, and be ready to work. Pete Carroll's going to put out a physical team, a disciplined team, and, he's building a good foundation here in Vegas. I'm excited to see what they do in the draft, but the Raiders are back to being respected, and it starts at the quarterback position. So shout out to Geno, man, for getting his paper. I love him when players get their money.
Yeah, Mark Davis is out of his mind, not only for his toupee-wearing haircut, but the fact that he came out and said we could win the Super Bowl this year. He's out of his mind, but I love the optimistic
You got to
side.
say that, though. Yeah, you got to say that.
I love the optimistic side.
I mean, you told your team, I could win a natty every single year. I won one, but,
he's got to – yeah. Well, you don't say it. Year one, I didn't say it. I knew what I had to do. I was like, let's win. Let's have a winning record for the first time in 26 years. We did that.
But you want Deion to win the natty in year 1, year 2, though, and say he ain't earned nothing yet.
I didn't say that.
Keep going, though. I'm sorry.
I didn't say win the natty in year 1. I said beat somebody that matters, like I did. Like I did in year 1.
Continue.
Anyway, this guy right here, though, it is what it is. 3-year deal. We'll see. That means he's probably not drafting the QB in the rookie class. That means he needs other roster spots filled, just like New York Giants need. Which I'll be shocked if they do take a quarterback at 3 as well. And they're at 6. I wouldn't be surprised if Pete Carroll trades 6. Really? I would not be surprised. I would not be
more picks deeper in the draft.
I don't know if a running back saves him, right? Not this year.
They're getting Genty, homie.
We like running back. We like the running back class. I don't know if that's going to save this roster. They need O-line help. They need linebacker help. They need a running back. I know they need one, but
you can find a diamond in the rough guard, offensive guard in the second, third round. You know what I'm saying? Pete does a hell of a job of drafting and recruiting that he can go find some O-line cats, I believe, round 2, round 3, who can come in and play a role. I think you go with Genty. I think you go with the best player available, who will probably be Genty at that point. You pair him with Geno.
Who's Geno throwing to?
The tight end, the best, Brock Bowers, homie.
I know, but I mean, come on now. Let's be honest. Where's his outside help?
Pete not worried about that too much. He's trying to play physical defense, run the ball, homie.
Yeah, but he had wideouts. Pete's always had wideouts, homie. Everywhere Pete's been, he's had the best wideouts. USC, he had the best wideouts. When he was with New York and the Jets, even when he took them to the playoffs and the New England Patriots to the playoffs, he had wideouts.
What about Seattle, though?
Seattle had wideouts. What do you mean? He didn't have wideouts, Seattle?
No. Chill. I didn't say no wideout, but I'm saying you led with he had the best. Like you had Jamar Chase in Seattle, homie.
But I'm saying he had good ass wideouts with Russ Wilson.
I'm saying
homie.
Early Seattle. I'm not saying DK last year. I'm not saying DK and Lockett. I'm saying early Seattle. It was cool. I'm not. Come on now. I'm just saying
shit. He's had Doug Baldwin was legit, homie. Doug Baldwin was legit, and then he had Percy Harvin for a while. That was unbelievable.
No concussion.
Yeah, he got hurt, but he had dudes. He still had dudes. I don't know. Like, that's the thing, though. I don't know. Listen, I was actually excited about a couple guys in Golden Tate. I forgot about Golden Tate. They
all solid. They ain't top of the league.
They had but it was complimentary to what they did. Here's the issue.
That's what I'm saying. He need complimentary.
They weren't like
he don't need Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. He needs some good, solid, trustworthy receivers.
But
all I'm saying.
This wideout core in Vegas is garbage. Like they got Bourne, or is his name Bourne, or who was the guy their best receiver last year?
Kendrick Bourne.
Is that who it was? I don't know.
Hey, Jay be calling people straight up this garbage. Like, that's crazy.
Huh?
So you be calling people this straight up garbage. That's hilarious. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba, homie. He's a
know what I meant? I meant Myers.
Well, they got in Jigba though. He's a dog.
Oh, they had Jacoby Myers last year, Vegas.
Bro, they got Jackson Smith and Jigba, and they got Cooper Kupp. They got Cooper Kupp. You tripping, homie? They got receivers.
No, I'm talking about Vegas, homie.
I'm tripping. I'm talking about Seattle.
Stay on track with me, homie.
We be going back and forth from Seattle to Vegas. I got confused. You talking Jacoby Myers?
Hey, Cisco, yeah, Jacoby Myers. He had a good year, I thought, but that's it. That's all they got. Him and fucking tight end. Like, come on, man. No real run game, no real running threat out the backfield. Like, they got to get some shit. I don't know. They got the little white boy retired, and is he coming back? What's his name? Fucking Clemson kid. The Clemson kid.
I don't know.
What's his name?
I don't know.
He
been gone. A little slot. He's not on their roster no more, I don't think.
Renfro. Here's my point. Here's my point, though, I'm making for the Raiders. We don't know who they are. They're bad, homie. They are a bad roster on offense. They need a lot of help, homie. They need O-line, running back, wide out. Like, that's like, and then, so let me get back to brass tacks here. I don't know if I agree to this extension. I don't know if I do.
You don't trust Pete?
I do trust Pete, but here's what Pete's saying.
Pete a bad boy.
This is my only QB during my tenure in Vegas. This will be the only guy I have because Pete's not coaching more than 3 to 5 more years.
5?
In my opinion.
Okay,
in my opinion.
5, he might get another quarterback then.
In my opinion, I don't see him coaching until he's fucking 80, homie. I just don't. Even though we know how young he acts and energetic he is, I don't see him getting the same result in this era, a generation of kid that keeps coming up the ranks. So this is telling me I'm putting all my eggs in one basket with Geno Smith. And now I got to build around him for 3 years. I don't know. You need a lot, homie. It's going to be tough, bro. I'm rooting for him like a motherfucker. I'm going to be at some games, too.
No, you're not.
I am going to get
Can I go with you?
He's going to build this defense around. The team's going to be built defense first. I'm just telling you. Around Max Crosby in the secondary. I'm just telling you straight out. They're going to be long, athletic, run of the ball, and that's going to be number one. Number two, they're going to try to get some sort of run game. That's why I think they're trying to go still another back somewhere, in my opinion. They're going to go try to get a veteran back along with either a rookie or, due to the fact there's no Joe Alt, Smitty, in this draft, I don't know, because 6 is a hell of a pick to have in a normal draft. I don't know if this draft has what you need, though, unfortunately, at the spot at 6. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? There's no big-time wideouts. I mean, there's some good ones, but there's no, there's no fucking Jamar Chase and these type of cats. I don't know if you can risk the running back spot, like we're talking about in New York at 3 or Vegas at 6. When you have roster spots, you could risk getting Genty at 6 if you got a fucking playoff roster. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
What does your gut say? Your gut say that should go receiver is what you're saying?
Nah, there's not a receiver in this thing.
But listen, you said there's not a receiver. You said there's not an O-line. The quarterback is the worst quarterback draft ever. And then you saying that it's not, you can't get a running back. It's too risky. So are you saying just don't draft?
So what I say earlier? What they might do?
And get more picks or try to get somebody else.
Veteran somebody. Like it, and that a lot of people will take number 6 on me. So 6 is a big deal. I fell asleep last night to Draft Day. Kevin Costner.
Okay.
Good movie. I've seen it before, but I was like, I haven't seen it in a while. It happened to be on. I was like, fuck it. It was a pretty good movie, but it's funny. It always comes on around this time of the year because it was a good movie, Draft Day. And there's going to be some sort of deal done like the movie, like there always is. Every year there's a deal done, just like that movie. Will it be some crazy one? We don't know. But the Seahawks, they need a lot, and I don't know if one pick at 6 is going to help, Smitty. That's my point.
Nah, I get you. Homie. We'll see. I think just go with best player available. If there's a trade to be made, sure, but I don't know. We'll see. So,
yeah.
Moving on, man. Another topic. Stephon Diggs, his contract, man. Some more details came out. His contract with the Patriots includes some extensive protections, allowing New England to void the deal and owe him nothing until he passes a physical due to his pre-existing ACL tear. So technically speaking, New England could cut Diggs today and owe him nothing. I think this is pretty normal though. When players are coming off injury, they want to make sure that they have a protected asset and they're not getting someone who's not fully healthy. I think they'll be fine. I mean, Diggs, I saw Diggs already working out, running around on that knee. So I mean, unless he has some sort of setback, I don't see this really being an issue. But yeah, it's still a good note to have, and for the fans who's not used to seeing contracts and the specific details. But from my knowledge, it's like a regular thing, Jason.
It is, but I think Darnell is telling you, this is the league telling you that your days are done, Bert. Your days are done. You are no longer a sought-after commodity. You are now just a basic, simple asset that can be simply traded away. And that's where he's at in his career. Smitty. John Morant's right there, too. I know it sounds crazy. As great as he is, but another injury, Smitty. He's a Derrick Rose. I'm just telling you. He's an unbelievable MVP talent that's going to not be what we all expected him to be. And that's the face of the league. Diggs was one of the faces of the leagues in the whiteout room in the NFL. And that was not too long ago. And let's be honest, he has done this, homie, in the last 2 years, tremendously fallen far, far away from the Jamar Chases, from the Jeffersons, from all these other guys, and like this, Smitty. It's just how fast. Not for long, homie. NFL, not for long, bro. I'm just telling you, dog.
2023, he had 1,100 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. Last year with the Texans, he was a wide receiver 1, and that's saying a lot considering they had your guy Tank there before he got hurt, and they had the big fella there as well. Stephon got hurt, and then obviously his numbers are his numbers. But I mean, I don't see. Literally, other than last year, I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know.
Well, I'm looking at Josh Allen. Josh Allen's an MVP without him, is what I'm looking at.
Okay,
that's all cool. I'm saying.
That doesn't mean that Stephon's not a dog, homie. I don't understand.
I don't think he's a dog. I think he's just he's like a third wideout now. Unfortunately, it's quick, it's fast. Homie, it happens quick. Smitty, you know that. I'm not shading him. I'm just telling you, this happens fast.
I can't believe you compare him to John Morant, though, who's like 24.
Well, shit. Well, how old was D Rose? What do you mean? You act like it was never happened before.
Well, why are you talking like Ja, just like a guy who just gets long-term injuries all the time? Like, I don't even know why you even saying that.
Well, he's missed a year and a half.
Michael Jordan broke his leg in year 2. I'm saying sometimes stuff happens. Like, it don't mean that you're.
What I'm saying is, I'm just saying,
Ja is like super injury prone. I don't really see that being.
I'm saying. Hey, I don't know if you listened to what the discussion was.
You saying it really at all?
I know, I get it. What happened?
What happened?
My whole screen shut off.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm good now.
All right.
Homie, somebody controls my computer, I think.
No, I think you be loosey goosey with the mouse and stuff. And sometimes
I wouldn't touch the mouse.
Yeah, all right. Just like you don't say that on TikTok and it just deletes you and blocks you all the time.
Anyway, here's the point I'm making.
Playing victim, homie.
John Morant got hurt, got suspended, got hurt, got suspended. Like this when shit happens like that and a lot happens over time, you start to get forgotten about. We just mentioned that the cat was face of the league 2 years ago. Now he's not even a cat. We're not even consider him in the top 5 or 10 faces of the league right now. And then don't even get me started on Zion Muffin Williams because
Zion actually got in shape, homie. He just got hurt. Is what it is.
Because he's out of shape.
Zion was in shape, homie, this year. I saw Zion was lean and the motherfucker chiseled up. Zion is a bigger dude and just got, probably ain't got the best body mechanics. But I'm not gonna keep using that lazy take that he's out of shape. He was not out of shape this year. I saw him play.
Zion's tremendously out of shape. Basketball shape is not even close.
No, he's not. Homie.
You're
He ain't better shape than Luka. He ain't better shape than Luka, homie.
You're trying to see what Luka's doing. Zion's a bust. So right now he's a bust. Let's just be honest.
All right, Stephen A. Smith. Anyway, let's move on, man. Arizona Cardinals make Pro Bowl tight end Trey McBride the highest paid. Huh?
Did Stephen A. call him a bust?
Yes, I mean you saw it and you probably copied
I really didn't see it.
Well, I think he kind of said what you said earlier, like he's on the like fringe bust list, basically. Like he keeping his eye on him to be a bust type shit. So shout out to you, Stephen A. Got the same thoughts. Arizona Cardinals make Pro Bowl tight end Trey McBride the highest paid tight end in NFL history. With a 4-year, $76 million extension. The deal includes $43 million guaranteed and a $19 million average per year, the highest ever for an NFL tight end, man. Shout out to Trey McBride. He's a dog, trustworthy guy, hands like a receiver, runs good routes, a guy who, who's been one of the better tight ends in the league in the last few years. Definitely in the top 5, and he ain't number 5. And he's somebody who Kyler Murray can trust. I mean, last year he had 111. He had 111 catches and 1,100 yards, homie, as a tight end last season.
Search gallery just pulled up on my computer, and it's nothing but Lions.
Huh? Excuse me?
A whole search gallery just came up on my computer, and it was nothing but Lions. Just popped up a whole screen, homie. Like I'm telling you, something's cracking on my shit.
It might be somebody from Detroit, homie.
I'm probably gonna have to scrap this computer.
You might have to shut down the whole show.
Not today. I'm just saying. I think I might have to do something like I might have to upgrade or something. I just got this motherfucker made. I got this computer was made. Like
stop opening these weird emails, homie, and let people hack you.
I don't open no weird email. Fuck, homie. FA already got me once, homie. I learned. I'm just trying to figure out.
It's probably Joe Core. He's pissed. He probably hacking you today.
Still.
FA said, so you stop talking stuff about my people, JB. I got to stop cussing. I was cussing today. I got to get back to stop cussing. Shout out to CJ Stroud.
Yeah, Bible fairy man, don't cuss.
And on Smitty's screen, it was a whole screen of kitty cats.
I do have VPN, Jared. I do have a VPN. I got a few VPNs. So I'm mad about Trey McBride deal because I don't know why we did that. I'm pissed off about it. And the reason I'm pissed off is
he's white.
Well, no, he
why you mad? You white? That's crazy.
His
white boy with tattoos.
His parents pissed me off.
What?
His parents pissed me off, and that's why I'm not rooting for this guy.
That's cold-blooded. They ain't got nothing. First of all, I don't know what his parents did, number one. Number two, that ain't got nothing to do with this young man. That's crazy as hell. You know how many kids you coached at the different levels where their parents were annoying and frustrating and you didn't like their parent, but you still coached that kid up to be the best young man he could be and you had love for that kid? Why is it any different with Trey McBride? Because you didn't coach him up? Great locker room guy from what I've been told. Guy who plays hard. I can't believe you doing this, homie. And he white. He a white dude with tattoos. He should remind you of yourself, homie.
Yeah, he got two baby. Not two baby. He got two mamas.
Let me get ready. Keep going.
Oh shit, homie! A whole internet just popped up. Like a whole new browser just popped up on an old another thing. Like I gotta restart this motherfucker. I
think your mouse is your mouse stuck like your button. Is it stuck?
It's on felt because it's on the poker table, but I don't know. I mean, they wouldn't do that though. I mean, it's literally having to find shit to pull up, right?
No, I'm saying the button is like a little stuck. It could be like having like a little glitch.
I'll hold off till commercial break and I'll restart this motherfucker at the next commercial before.
We're not doing no more commercials the rest of the show, so I don't know when you're gonna be able to do it.
I will. He got two mamas. So I don't know if you knew that. Hey, my washer, it's a trip though. Somebody said haunted, free game Friday. I heard a noise. I was like, what the fuck is this? Homie, like 3 this morning. Mm-hmm. So, ironically, 3 this morning, my shit got kicked. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But my computer at 3 this morning had a problem too that I had to fix. But anyway, I heard a noise like, I wash my own dishes. I like I'm hands-on. I wash my own dishes in a sink, but I do have a brand new, dishwasher I've never used really. That motherfucker was on 3 in the morning, just running. Boom. I'm like, what the fuck is this? My dishwasher was on, homie.
You check the cameras, homie?
Yeah. I
Was
didn't
it
see
Ash or Callie?
Nah, hell no. They in my room. My door shut with the light on the outside so I could see any shadows moving around if ever got in. It's gonna be hard to get in my spot, but if you do get in, I got you ready. So I mean, it's a very calculated hood mentality I have on getting into the house. But anyway,
your straps ain't close enough to your bed though. But continue.
Actually, there's one right in my bed. But anyway, so I'm trying to figure out why the fucking shit, motherfucker just shut off my whole screen.
Homie, I might real quick, God. I just want to first of all, I want to thank you just for another day, Lord God, another opportunity to be great, another opportunity to change our lives and be better and get closer to you, Lord God, and closer to what your purpose is for us, Lord God. Also pray for my co-host. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if there's any sort of negative spirits in his home, Lord God, but I rebuke the devil in all forms and shapes and in ways that he presents himself, Lord God. I pray you remove any evil spirits away from my coworker Jason Brown's home as well as my home. If there is an evil spirit, again, it may not be evil spirit. It could be a glitch in his computer system, his mouse. It could be something he's doing wrong that we don't even know about. But in the event that there is any evil spirits, Lord God, as you remove it and we rebuke any demons that's approaching us in any way, Lord God. In Jesus' name, pray.
Not working. Prayer's not working.
Still doing it.
You're not a believer. Doing it.
You're not a believer. 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 You're not a believer.
I'm a full believer. I walk by faith, not by sight.
When you don't have faith, nothing works. When you don't have the faith, it don't work. You know that.
If you get a tattoo, that means you believe it. That's according to the hood. That's the everybody in the hood. That's what they told me. I mean, I walk by faith, not by sight. I don't gotta do shit.
All right, cool. Well, let's move to the next topic then. Dennis Rodman. And again, I want to say this first because since I'm the one reading it, and I want to make sure that I'm protecting my name. Shout out to Leah. See, Chris, Leah is in the chat. You can see that comment.
That's Twitter though.
Get the sage out. She always on Twitter. She got a new picture, I think.
No, remember you get confused over her YouTube profile and her Twitter.
My fault. Anyway, I'm assuming this is a real quote from Dennis Rodman, but I'm not sure because this is like a random graphic from Empire Sports, which I'm not familiar with that brand. So I just want to be clear.
I got all Leah's pictures.
Before I just fully quote this, we think allegedly that this is a quote from Dennis Rodman talking about LeBron, allegedly saying that man, LeBron's out here acting like he invented the game. Dude's got the stats, sure, but GOAT. That's MJ Strong. I play with Mike, so I'm dominate, lock down, win without all the social media hype, blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna lie, my gut tells me that Dennis didn't say this. This don't sound like Dennis. I know
somebody just pulled up Photoshop, right?
Dennis Rodman talk like I seen LeBron play. I seen how Jordan LeBron play, and I don't think LeBron should go. I mean, he was the king crown, like he's the king, like he invented the game. I don't think LeBron, he didn't invent the game. It's Michael Jordan, he invented the game. I'm playing Michael Jordan. He's the actual goal. He's the greatest of all time. That's how Rodman talks. So like this don't even seem like something he would even say.
You do a pretty good job. You do a pretty good job of imitating a lot of cats. Like you've been kicking it with the homie a little bit too much.
Who, Savvy,
yeah.
Hey, then that sound like Rodman though, homie, a little bit.
I mean, you do a pretty good job of a lot of cats. You did him. You've done a few cats. You're pretty good.
I'm an entertainer, homie. Appreciate you, man.
Shout out to Doc. Doc said he can't make the boat tomorrow. The yacht.
I'm not going there. One of the greatest entertainers of all time and the greatest rapper of all time, Lil Wayne, said that my energy is effing contagious. I should continue doing it. So like a lot of people tell me that I'm great at what I do. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna do it at even a higher level in these last few months. This year almost over, y'all. Like it's been a lot of had New Year's resolutions. Y'all was like, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. It's 4 months into the year. It's almost 2026, homie. So
it's the fastest year ever. I think years have gotten faster over the time too.
Yeah, we're gonna die soon. So like whatever you got going on. And you want to do Josh Fele, Paris, Shaun Wobble, DJ. Shaun, you don't like me, Shaun. It is what it is. You need to do whatever you want to do in this life, Shaun, because your days are numbered, homie. We dying soon. So I'm just saying this year.
Joe Corey's gonna spend his last days looking for you now.
You know what? I'm not gonna respond to Joe no more. Because you know what? My biggest strength.
My mouth is moving all over.
My biggest strength is just ignoring them. Until he respects me, I'm gonna ignore him.
My mouse is just going all over the place.
Gene, it's like I don't fully understand this ramen. You gotta listen to them for a long time to start picking out a couple words here and there, and you start to really, understand a little bit. So,
yeah. Smitty, let's do some white people shit real quick. Take a commercial break so I can restart my commercial because I got some white people shit. Because on the yacht this weekend,
yep,
we're gonna have a few different people on, and we're gonna have some folks on there. And we play that what's that shit? That white boy game, the beer pong or whatever. You throw the ball. And if you get it in the cup, you got to drink. I just got hip to that white person's game a couple weeks ago.
I played a game. I never drink the cup. That's disgusting. The beer center all damn day. You got dirty ass ball. And everybody.
We poured new. We poured new.
And they throw that cup. I'll play the game. I never drink the drink. Never
We did it with straight Hennessy.
Cool. I'm not drinking anything in the cup. I'll take a shot separately, maybe. But I'm not
they're brand new cups. They're not used cups.
You're not hearing what I'm saying, homie. We all touching this dirty ass ball. I'm saying this ain't nothing against you. I'm saying I've played beer pong for years. I want the ball to stay.
No. Each person has their own ball. No. I don't play that game either. Everybody has their own ball, homie.
So you got like 8. Oh, you got hella balls then. Okay.
Pause. Yeah. So look, but here's a new game that we're gonna play this weekend. Even though I don't do this. It is white people extraordinaire shit. Let me show it.
Oh, like a hookah. You got to smoke it.
It's a bong.
That's kind of hard. That's hard, homie.
That's white people shit. That's white people shit. You can't get whiter than that.
I might pull up tomorrow. Hey, I saw your AE had a friend that she was with. She need to bring, if she's showing up, she should bring her. We'll talk offline. But that looks dope though. That looks dope. Like I never seen that before.
What the fuse is, motherfucker? You married, you got your friend. I want a friend want me to hook you up.
I ain't saying nothing about hooking up. I'm saying like we should make it a full party. Like let the AE bring her friend, and then let the homie bring his home. Everybody bring their friends with them.
Who you bringing?
Well, you said only 8 people can come.
No, 12 could fit. But if I got my homie Ports or a couple cats that count as, let's say 3, then I have to limit the 11 or 12 got to come down to 6, 7 because there's a weight limit too. So you can have 11, 12 cats fit comfortably, but then there's a weight limit. So my boy Ports counts as 3. Then my boy, the homie Drew counts for 4.
Most of your homies big as hell. You got a couple homies who smaller, but like 60% of your homies is big. Coach Mendoza, that's cold blooded, ain't it?
But Ruben used to be called Porky. He's lost weight, so he helps out.
I want to see him when he was like chubby.
Homie, he was our nose guard and center.
I know you told me that I would have destroyed him. I want to see when he was like a big dude.
Ruben was nasty. He would have just cut you down, like broke your femur.
Trust me. You talking about high school right now? He was just sitting in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I played nose, man. I would be a tilted nose, a shade, and I would literally,
he played nose too, though.
My job was to destroy the center. Like, I didn't care about making plays in high school. I was the strongest cat on the field. I would destroy. I had a center 4 or 5 yards in the back.
Well, like Ruben, let's be clear. Ruben's Mexican. So we already know he's not as good an athlete as you.
I would have threw him to the side.
He barely can walk now. Diabetic, got a lot of things going on. He is clearly not the athlete of y'all. And he could barely walk over the bridge that get to the yacht. You know the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could barely get over that. Like barely struggles to get over that. Like, and if I give him like anything like ice or anything, he can't do it. So now,
Chris,
he probably destroy him.
Chris, why you send me the eye emojis, Chris? What that mean? Oh, hold on, that better not be real, Ethan Nolan. It can't be real, Ethan.
What's up?
He said Mick Foley been hospitalized. He in the hospital. Mick Foley.
He been what?
Hospitalized.
The quarterback?
Oh, it's a concussion, homie. Don't do that. And that was 3 days ago. He had a minor concussion.
Who?
After a car accident. Mick Foley, homie. You don't know who Mick Foley is, homie?
The quarterback?
Mick Foley, homie, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Are you kidding me?
Greatest what?
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time, homie. Mick Foley.
Wrestler.
Homie.
What kind of wrestler?
WWE, WWF, homie.
Oh, I never heard of him ever in my life.
Cactus Jack, Dude Love.
Never heard of him.
All his different, he had different personalities, homie.
I saw my daddy and my daughter. I've never heard of him.
Hold on, you know Mankind.
No.
That's the most famous one. You don't know Mankind, homie?
I swear to God, I don't.
You didn't you didn't watch wrestling ever?
I did, homie. I grew up in the
Mankind, man. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Remember when the Undertaker choke slammed him from on top of the cage?
I barely. I know Undertaker because he's super popular, but
that's to piss me to. Listen, he wear the brown mask. He got the long brown curly hair. He's kind of fat.
You can tell me
white
which one.
Button up with the brown pants. He's like crazy. He's like psycho.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're after like 92, I probably don't.
Pissing me off, homie. He reminds me of the dude from Gone Girl. He's like crazy like that and weird. Okay, all right, here we go. He put the sock on his hand and he'll put it in your mouth and choke you with the sock in his hand.
Never heard of that.
You're about to piss me off.
I've literally never heard of that because it gets gay. That's gay.
Man, you got a picture, homie.
I would never do. Homie, I don't watch. I didn't watch. The last wrestler I know, homie, is fucking like Kamala, fucking Andre the Giant, Hulk, Ric Flair, Randy Macho Man, Savage, Roddy Piper, the Road Warriors. That's kind of like the last cats I know. Homie, I didn't even really know about the Rock. Oh yeah, I've never seen him. That's really him.
That's Mick Foley. So he had different personalities. So this version of him is Mick Foley. There's another version of him called Mankind. We got the mask on and the white.
Oh yeah, I swear to God, I've never ever.
He got multi-personality disorders. So he had all these different personalities. Homie, you tripping? He went in the great.
Yeah, the Von Erichs, Lucy. There you go. The Carrie and Kelly Von Erich. Like I know them cats. I don't know him. I've never seen him in my life. That's all my daughter and my dad, homie.
You don't know Tori Wilson and Trish Stratus and Sable?
Never heard of them at all.
I'm done talking to you, homie. You missed a great era of wrestling. I'll say that, homie. A great era of wrestling.
I don't miss it. I don't think I miss it.
You did. It was a great era. Everybody know. They know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Kelly, Lucy, you got a lot of husbands.
Yeah, you got a lot of husbands. Ain't Lucy married? Like actually married though? Like an actual husband?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. My fault.
So anyway, take a commercial break because Shaun King's on the other side, and then Vince Papale, the legendary. What do we call that? A subject, not suspect.
Yeah, this legendary.
Subject.
The guy tried out for his team, his hometown team. Didn't play college ball. I think he was a bartender. Homie, like had a hell of a story. Made the team. Mostly a special teams guy, but he wasn't wide receiver. Had
3 years.
Time moment. Like
3 years.
Played 3 years. Homie, as a tryout, homie.
Married his wife. I think's on the show. I got a lot of story. I got a lot of questions.
But a lot of that stuff on that show was not real, homie. It was stretched out.
No, I know. That's why I want to ask him what's real, what's not.
I'm gonna let you lead because I know you like a big fan of the movie, and I'm gonna supplement everything you say. I'm gonna add on to it.
I'd rather have you lead.
Nah, you're gonna be the main dish. I'm gonna be the condiments. I'm gonna be the ketchup. I'm gonna be the hot sauce, the mustard. You're gonna be the chicken. You're gonna be the ground beef, the ground turkey. So
if Shaun King's not in here by 8:01, he's done.
Yeah, he's done for sure. And if he comes on at 8:02, we'll bring him in, but no intro video.
Yep.
You getting punched. You getting like some on the wrist. So
damn, I had the Mariah Mills or whatever video popped up on my shit.
She's so trash, man. She is horrible. I'm not watching those videos of her like years ago before she became big.
Like, it was Mariah Mills, homie. Why is she popping up on my shit? Why is it her?
Zion was hit.
Oh yeah, I got video of her and Zion Williamson on my fucking video.
She horrible though.
Something's going on, man.
She did so much surgery. Before the surgery, she was kind of like, she was never good looking, but she was like decent at least. She's horrible.
What the fuck is it? Now I got fucking John Morant's pops with fucking the white girl porn star. What the fuck's going on over here?
I'm anyway, my jelly sandwich and some cookies. So
I got my mouse is tripping. I got all kind of shit. We'll be back in about. Give me 4 minutes, Bailey, at least.
Give me 5 at least.
Give me 5 minutes. All right, peace.
says its plan is to put
Bailey
an
said, hold up,
electronic system to measure first downs into motion this upcoming regular season. I remember we talked about this, I think, with Steve.
Every year.
We talked about this with Steve though a while back. No, I think Steve, if I'm not mistaken, was the guy who actually feels like this should have been done, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm getting confused with another guest, but I'm pretty sure Steve was like, hey, it's 2025. It's like, at this point, we should be able to have an electrical system. Because we had this last year during the AFC Championship game, Josh Allen gets that fucking first down on that quarterback sneak. He gets that first down on quarterback sneak, and they probably
we don't know that. We don't know yet.
We do know that. We do know that.
No, we don't.
We do know that. We do know that.
Smitty, a Chinese robot just attacked a bitch in the crowd.
I saw that, homie, and that's your boy Elon, who you love, who you're a fan of.
That ain't Elon. That's Shim Chong Young and them. That ain't Elon, homie. That's Shim Chong Young and them.
He sent them the technology, homie. Where'd they get the technology from, homie?
Elon's not the technology guy. He's not the originator of all technology. You act like this motherfucker's been sending cats to space and shit. Elon's took some other people's shit and ran with it, homie. Kim Jong-un and them did this. Here's the thing. Let's be real. So a fucking robot attacked a motherfucker in China, and we're thinking that this shit right here is going to get the first down right.
They're still going to have the chain game as a backup option as well. They're not removing the chain game.
What's going on, homie?
Oh, shoot.
Look at that shit. Oh, yeah, she's getting babies of cold, but look at that motherfucker.
And he was hot, too, though. He was hot.
Hey, the robot, he looked like AB. Looked like AB. I thought it was Antonio Brown.
Hey, the robot said, motherfucker, you better stop yelling in my ear.
Look like AB, huh?
That's super racist. That's like you.
Why is that racist? AB right there, homie.
Who? The robot?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Damn. What about the robot look like, AB? I'm just curious.
Just like from the back view, homie. He looked like I'm just looking at him.
What specifically about him looks like, remind you of AB?
The vest. He wears the vest a lot, and he got he had something on his head. I mean, that's what I saw.
None on his head.
Yeah, he got a little string on it.
That's the robot. That's the head. That's the robot. That's him.
That's the robot head, homie.
That's him. Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought he had a bandana on. I thought they were making it like human. Homie, why you got a vest on then?
This dude,
my mind, Smitty, my brain sees things. My brain sees shit, and then I see it, and then you guys all see it, and then you say, "Damn, that motherfucker that really is AB." Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll see it in a couple of days. You'll be like, "Damn, JB said that's AB," and then Cameron and Mace will say it, and then no, he won't give us the fucking credit, and then Shaq will say it, and then everybody will come out 10 years from now and say, "Oh, JB said that first," and then some fucking nobody in the chat will come out and say, "Shaq said that shit."
Moving on, man. Another big time topic right here, man. It's kind of moving to the NFL world.
Well, I just want to finish up talking about your fucking marker, homie. That's just why are we so lazy in society now? We wonder why we're so lazy. This is why, homie. Go get the old white to hold the fucking sticks at the fucking on the sideline. He has no life anyway. If you take him out of Grandma Ma and them's house, he's going to die any fucking way. Put him on the sideline, give him his pension. He's already been in the NFL for 40 years. Let him hold the fucking
Money tall like Yao Ming. Ring the door like ding ding. It wouldn't be a Friday show without my main man Shaun King. What's going on, OG? How you doing?
That was a horrible rap. I already knew what you were gonna say, how it was gonna end, and everything.
I like the energy though. Okay, I like the energy.
Yeah, I'm trying to show love to my OG, y'all.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate
it. That's what I'm trying to do. Forget the bar. That wasn't a real rap. I'm trying to show love.
Bar Friday. What's up, baby?
It's Free Game Friday. Free Game Friday. I want to dive right into it. Tulane Green Wave quarterback is an absolute shitbird. You endorse it. You love it. And he stole a car, and he's an absolute fucking shitbird. What do you guys say?
I don't know what happened, so I ain't gonna comment on it, but it's probably like the only downside to like having to be active in this portal is you don't always know what you're getting. I mean, he only been on Tulane campus for what, a month and a half.
Really?
So I think he went to Western Kentucky. Didn't he go somewhere did he start at LSU and went to Westside? He's been a couple different places.
He's still one of y'all though, homie.
Yeah, he's a Green Wave at the end of the day. He's fucking Tulane Green Wave, and he's proud about it.
Listen, man, I don't know exactly what happened. I hope the kid all right, man. Look.
Have you reached out to check on him to try to connect and help him out?
Shaun is really hurt right now, Smitty. Shaun really hurt like that. He like fuck. Here's the thing, Shaun. Let's be honest. Are you kidding me, homie? Like, you want us to respect this generation, Smitty?
Oh, damn.
Fuck, homie. Are you kidding me? Here's the cold part, Shaun. Let's dive into real brass tacks here on this Free Game Friday. Let's be honest. So these kids want, as Shaun King eloquently stated the other day, enabled and entitled, gimme, and you still want to steal a motherfucking whip? You don't got enough, homie? You didn't get enough NIL bags and opportunities to transfer fucking 9 times? You still got to steal the goddamn car, homie? What? Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. So,
JB, you can't judge, homie. You used to steal cars all the time when you was a teenager, homie. All the time. You told me, homie. So how you gonna judge this cat when you was doing the same thing when you was at his age, homie? And you had paper. You was a lure. You had money in your account, under your bed.
Did you just dox me or whatever they call it?
Homie, it's called, what's that called when it's too long to like get in trouble for it? What's it called? Statute of limitations, homie. You good. Yeah. You 60 years old. You was 16. They can't register for that no more.
Smitty, let's dive. I didn't have NIL money though, so I had to.
You had lure money,
but I had to steal a car.
You didn't have to. You had
like I had to rob banks. I had to steal a car. I had to hit licks. Here's the thing, Shaun. Let's be real. Let's be honest, Smitty. Let's be honest. This guy's been to 5 schools, Shaun. Giving you some context. 5.
Yeah, I know he transferred around a little bit. So
let's be honest. At what point do we just say, listen, we already know these shitbirds are out here? When is the head coach and the grown folk in the room, even though we all want to say they're all grown now, when's the grown folks say, hey, shame on you for taking the motherfucker? Like, what is the background checks and research telling us? When you're at 4 schools already, Smitty, I got to be honest, dog, you're damaged goods or someone else's trash, and you're not my treasure, contrary to belief.
He's a football hoe. He's been around the block. Yeah, everybody didn't have him.
He's a toss-around hoe.
LSU didn't have him. Auburn didn't have him. Texas didn't slid on him. Tulane still won. I'm disappointed in Tulane. Why did Tulane want to hit? Because like, if I know Shorty been passing around all my teammates, I don't want to fuck that.
Tulane. I gotta call Willie Fritz up. I gotta call Willie right now because Willie gonna come on the show.
No, he's not. He don't like you.
Willie's gonna call the show, Shaun.
Willie's in Houston.
I know. The reason I'm calling Willie is to say, Willie, you and I had a lot of conversation, and it was almost an act of God to get a player into Tulane. Are we just taking anybody to Tulane? Like, you just taking any motherfucking body? Like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Now, all of a sudden, you can get players in Tulane? Because, like, Willie struggled to get players. That's one of the reasons he wanted out of there. That's fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm trying to figure out, Shaun, we're just taking anybody now?
Dang, Tulane.
4-time transfers? Go ahead, Shaun.
It's your school. It's your thing.
Well, shout out to Willie Fritz. I don't know how he won with the worst AD in college athletics, and Troy Dannon. Troy Dannon is terrible. I'm so glad he got his ass out of Nolans. We upgraded with the new guy here, but so let me first of all put that out there. Shout out to Willie Fritz. Secondly, this is what happens when Duke can come in and pay your starting quarterback 2 years, $8 million. So last year, the quarterback room at Tulane, we got Kai Horton, who's the kid that filled in for Michael Pratt in Fritz's last year when Pratt was hurt, who played well. We had this highly rated kid from Oregon, Ty Thompson, and we had a redshirt freshman named Darian Mensah. Organic competition. Mensah wins it, goes out. Now he goes to Duke for $8 million. Kai Horton transfers. Ty Thompson goes to tight end, JB. You got nobody in the damn quarterback room. So they brought in like 3 guys to kind of create the same situation, like to compete. It just so happens one of them looked like he did something he wasn't supposed to do, but without having a salary cap, without having any kind of restrictions or parameters on this transfer portal NIL, there's a lot of schools in this situation.
Shaun, I got to ask you, though, isn't that the problem that we're having right now with our blood life? And our blood life used to be high school recruits.
Right, absolutely.
Then it went to JUCO. Then it went to relationship building on yes. Georgia recruited Jermaine Johnson for 2 whole years out of a JUCO with me. So Georgia, Kirby Smart, and Dan Lanning got to know Jermaine Johnson thoroughly for 2 years. That is not happening. And I'm just talking about a JUCO guy. 4 years it used to be for a high school guy if you're on the radar. Like, let's be honest. If you're on the radar.
And to your point, JB, Jermaine still left Georgia. After he spent all that time, he got to Georgia, still went to Florida State.
But that's not the fact.
That's the reason.
Yeah, that's not the fact. He was an exception to the rule, honestly. And I know it sounds soft for me saying it, but I've already addressed this topic. He never left and transferred. He played his 4 complete years, and 2 of them at JUCO with me, 2 of them at Georgia. He got an extra year because of COVID, and that's why he got the 5th year of playing, which nobody ever had before COVID. Nobody ever got 5 years.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett was the same way.
He never redshirted. So he left after his 2 at Georgia and went to Florida State, became ACC defensive player of the year, and got a first-round draft grade. But he didn't leave. Like, if normal circumstances, his career was over and he played his 2 years at Georgia and everything was done. He never transferred. He would never would have.
Kenny Pickett the same way. Kenny Pickett played 4 years at Pitt, then got a 5th year because of COVID and balled out with Jordan Addison and turned into the 17th or 18th pick in the first round. Cold work.
Cold work, man.
What you're saying, Shaun, is it's a double-edged sword. It could be a good thing or a bad thing. We've seen guys, we've seen Jalen Hurts, leave Bama, go to Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield. We've seen a few, like Russell Wilson was the first guy, but he was a grad transfer from NC State to Wisconsin. I just don't know. Does the numbers outweigh the bad that was going on that we see? The crippling of high school recruiting, the crippling of JUCO, the implosion of JUCO. Now we're making JUCO clock untimed. Like, I don't know what we're doing. We're trying to reinvent the wheel here to save, it seems like, just a few kids when the masses are getting hurt that we don't even see or talk about.
Right. Coach Summerall's a good-ass head coach at Tulane. But literally, his quarterback room, he's supposed to have Darian Mensah with 3 years of eligibility left. He's supposed to be straight at quarterback, just looking for depth now. Mensah all of a sudden goes to Duke. Kai Horton still a little ticked off that he didn't win the competition. He's already in the portal. Ty Thompson just didn't pan out at quarterback. So he's at tight end. Like, what does Summerall do? You got spring practice coming up. This happens, when that portal opened in mid-December, early December, right? So the next semester starting, like, you got 2-3 weeks to try and even have enough quarterbacks to go through spring football. So, like, you're going to make some misevaluations just because of the time frame you put under.
Here's the thing, Smitty. Like, we could talk about this on a whole show topic for 3 hours. I just want to leave it at this topic. Like, leave this because Shaun left anyway. Because he got. I'm telling you, the computer ghosts are out here. Smitty, we could talk about this forever, but this is the bottom line: is like QB play, Smitty. You know this as a defensive player. When it came to recruiting your quarterback, everybody in that roster, on that team, on that campus, administratively, the mayor. In a small town like Bloomington, Indiana, for instance, everybody knows who the quarterback is going to be and the investment it takes to go get that quarterback. And usually it's a kid we have a relationship with. So this type of shit don't happen. And my room is secure going into January, winter conditioning. I know who at least 2 to 3 or 4, if not 5 for me in JUCO are. Like, we don't know who our quarterbacks are anymore, which is the reason I said we could have a 3-hour show on why quarterback play, in my opinion, has declining tragically. And we don't have that relationship no more.
JB, think what it did to Norvell.
Yeah.
Norvell got to Florida State and inherited a sitting quarterback that could play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once that kid got hurt,
yeah,
man, Florida State been ass. He ain't been able to figure quarterback out. Now he on the hot seat. He about to get fired.
Yeah. Well, let me move on to our next topic here. Yeah, that can't be true. And like you said, we talk about this for 5 hours, but we're gonna move on to another topic, man, that will Shaun King, we either love or hate. Our guy Jameis Winston writes a goodbye letter to Cleveland, and apparently Giants fans are not happy about this, and they are calling for his release. So, Shaun, what do you think about Jameis' goodbye letter to Cleveland? Do you take issue with it? What's your take?
You making the Giants fan part up, right?
No, well, this is what my producer said.
Hold on, let me read it. I pulled it up on the big screen. I'm getting hacked by FA and them, but let me see. I'm so happy and grateful for everything we experienced together this past year from day one. You welcome my family and me with open arms. That's not grammatically correct, Jameis. And for that, I'm forever thankful. To the Dog Pound, you were electric. Snow or shine, highs or lows, your energy never wavered. You reminded us all what loyalty, passion, and community really look like. That's hood. That's
it's from the heart, though. You know, it's just real. It's real.
Yeah. I'm trying to read it like him, so that's why I shot him. And community really looks like. This year was one of growth, service, and adaptability. Not just for me personally, but for my family as well. And Cleveland, you played a major role in that. The spirit of the city, the heart of its people, and the bond we've built will always be with us. My camera's in the way. One moment.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. One moment I'll never forget. Beating the Pittsburgh Steelers on a Thursday night. And what turned out to be the most iconic snow game in NFL history. The energy, the emotion, the unity. We all felt it. Cleveland, that night was Cleveland at its finest.
Appreciate
to the amazing men and women who make this city special, thank you. You've made a lasting impact on our lives, helping us rise to a greater calling. One rooted in unity, service, and love. Wishing you continued blessing, prosperity, and nothing but the best with deep gratitude.
Yeah.
Jameis.
Yeah, I love that, man. I'm fired up just hearing him say that, man. This is authentic. You laughing about some of the grammar. That tells me it's authentic. Didn't nobody write this for Jameis? Jameis wrote this for himself and for
so why they mad? Why is New York?
Maybe Bailey can jump in. I didn't see that, but maybe Bailey put the notes in that Giants fans want his release. Maybe you could jump in real quick and give us some insight real quick, man.
Okay, from what I understand, I believe there's podcasts and stuff from Giants fans who are actually pissed about this. That's all. That's the only context I have.
All right, so you don't really have no information.
So next time, don't put that note in the rundown. Make me look.
Okay, Smitty, I'm not bullshitting. That actually happened. I'm telling you. If you go look up their Giants fans calling him soft for putting a letter.
So really, you don't have no context then.
I got Belly mad at me, Joe Cord.
This is interesting. This is interesting for me.
Why?
He's been in the league 10 years, 5 in Tampa, 4 in New Orleans. He was only there 1 year.
4 or 4.
Most guys don't write like a goodbye letter after 1 year.
Right.
But some people need closure in order to move on because they invest, so much energy and emotion into where they're at that they got to find closure to go and be the best version of themselves. So The reason I wouldn't have wrote the letter was because Cleveland didn't love him back.
Woo-wee.
That's why I wouldn't have wrote it. But I don't have a problem with him writing it. But if you ain't love me back, the hell with you.
But Shaun, this is the real example of unconditional love. I don't love you solely because you love me back. I love you because I love you. It's independent of how you feel about me. James appreciates the opportunity to go out there and play and start. And there were fans who did love him. There was teammates in our locker room who did love him. And that's who this letter is for.
I did a show on Cleveland, on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Yeah. I did it weekly. I got a great feel for the temperature of the Cleveland fan base.
JB, let me ask you, your time, JB. It's your time, JB. It's that time, homie.
What?
Scroll down and look who's in the building, homie.
Oh. My man. Let me ask you something real quick, Shaun. Since as the agent of Jameis Winston, any other things to say to close this out?
Again, man, I don't have a problem with it. I don't grasp the emotional attachment based on the outcome and how ultimately it turned out. You can't tell me that Kenny Pickett by himself is a better option at quarterback in Cleveland. Like, they didn't even re-sign Jameis, and they don't have anybody but Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Well, Shaun, we got a special guest, man, that I've been waiting to talk to for a long, long time. Huge fan of the subject that they made him to be on a show played by Mark Wahlberg, who I've got to know as well, who's a good friend of Pat Perez, golfer. I can't thank him enough, Smitty, for jumping on the show with us. The Philadelphia Eagle legend himself. We share something in common. I was in OTAs, obviously, with the Kansas City Chiefs and Dick Vermeil. So I got some Dick Vermeil questions to ask him as well. But our main man, Vince Papale, joins the show.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you very much.
Nice. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you joining us, man. Can't thank you enough.
Well, can't thank you enough. How's that cigar at 8:30 in the morning out there on the West Coast? Are you kidding me?
Oh, man, it's been 6:30. At 6 o'clock, I start these up, brother.
Oh,
that's his fourth one.
That's my third one.
I'd be up all night with a bottle of bourbon to be good to be pulling that one off. So I'm directly across. You just draw a line from where you are and come all the way across the country. And right now I'm in the golf capital of the world, and that's Jupiter, Florida.
Oh, yeah. Well, Shaun King's he's a Florida boy himself. Mm-hmm. So, but you're a Philly guy, correct?
Well, sort of, yeah. I grew up outside of Philadelphia, but yeah, I'm a Philly guy, Philly fan. I still follow everything that's going on there. But, it was interesting because the movie, a lot of the things that happened in the movie, everybody asks how real it is. A lot of things that happened were happening right outside in the periphery. But in order to get the tax credit and in order to get all this other stuff, everything had to be within the confines of Philly. So, but you can call me whatever you want. Just call me. So yeah, Philly works.
Hey, you got a son who's playing. I know he was playing in this XFL UFL deal. A couple former players of mine were on the team with him, and a couple coaches of mine coached him. Is he still on that? Is he still playing right now this year?
No, he's not. As a matter of fact, where is it? Right there. That's the jersey he wore when he represented the United States when he was in high school. Excuse me. I believe it or not, I just came off a heart surgery, so I have a little bit of anesthesia.
Man,
still working there. Yeah, I had anybody out there who had AFib. Here we go. They get that ablation and put it in there. But Vinny. So Vinny turned 28. And he had 3 seasons in the USFL, UFL, after the merger. And after this past year, after leading the league in touchdown receptions up until the last game and also leading the league in tackles on special teams, we touched base with several NFL teams and 2 head coaches. And they said at 28, we're just not looking, as a wide receiver. He was a slot receiver. He's his size. He's 6'1", 215. He runs a legit 4.4. But here's the really cool thing. I'm of Italian descent, as you might know. Papale is papal. And so Vinny was going after his, he wanted to get his dual citizenship. And Italy found out about it. And the Italian football league called him and said, we can help you out. We would love to have you come play for our Italian team and also be in our Olympic flag football, so flag football and the NFL, So anyway, to make a long story short, Vinny, he's going to be playing for Italy in the flag football championship. He played this past summer in Helsinki in the World Championship, 32 teams, and he was a top receiver, top everything there for them. And it's sort of funny, Coach, because you know how it is. When you're coaching somebody, you're coaching a wide receiver, and you're telling them, I just prepare for the hit. And he said, Dad, the first couple of times I was out there in the game, in practice, I didn't expect to get hit. He said, but when I get out there in the game, and I catch it, and I put the ball, and I tuck, and I duck myself like that, waiting to get hit. And he get a flag called on him because they would say that he was trying to hide the flag, right? He didn't realize that they can't slam you, but he's got it down pretty good. He's getting married actually in 3 weeks on May 3rd.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
That's all success.
Nah, he was balling, man. I knew he was balling, and I was like, shit. And I didn't put it together until I was like, wait up, is that Vince Papale's kid? This was a few years ago, and I was like, wow. Unbelievable story, man. From you to I got so many questions, but I got these two fine gentlemen that I know have some as well. I got the one I want to ask you, though, that someone wanted me to ask you. So on the movie, you met the movie portrays that you were working at a bar, and then the owner's niece came out. Is that your wife in real life? The portrayal of that.
You see that right behind me?
Yep.
That's the jersey she wore. You remember a gymnast for the USA back in the Olympic days and the Munich days named Kathy Rigby?
Kathy Rigby.
Anyway, she was the premier. She was a premier gymnast in the world. My wife Janet was on the USA World Gymnastics team, and what they did is when we're figuring out this love interest kind of thing. I've been divorced. And I've been divorced for like 15, 20 years. And, there was a little something going on there. So with the NFL, what they wanted to do is, in order to get their endorsement, Mark Giardi and Gordon Gray, our producers, went to the NFL. And they, first of all, turned us down because we needed to get that intellectual property rights, and being able to use the logo and do all the other advertising kind of stuff that surrounds the movie. And then eventually the NFL gave in, and they said, "But this is the stipulation: we want her to be a Giants fan and also a bartender." And in the original script, which I'm looking at right here, the original script actually has me having bartending at the team where I was playing in those rough touch leagues, and there was a pool that was out there because Dick Vermeer was coming in town, and he was having a tryout, and my name somehow wound up in that pool. First of all, would I go there, number one, and number two, would I make it? And in the original, she comes down and she slaps 20 down and she says, my money's on you. But, it's a Disney movie. They wanted to get, back then, they wanted to get rid of the gambling. So at any rate, that's what they made her. And really at that particular time when I was 30, I was actually on a leave of absence from teaching at my alma mater. I was working my master's degree. I was the head track coach, football coach. And I was actually trying to qualify for the Olympic trials in the decathlon, and that didn't quite make it. But I decided to try semi-pro football, and semi-pro football led up to the NFL. So at that time, when I was trying to go back and get my teaching job and to get this football crap out of my way, my high school right by the Philly airport put me on a leave of absence until next year. So that's when they picked it up. But I wish they'd have gone back a little bit deeper, like they did with Rookie, and Rudy and all that stuff. Who's Rudy, my man Rudy? He's a trip. But that's the long story of it.
No doubt, great story. Shit.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing for sure. I wanted to ask you too, just to kind of continue down that road. Being a guy who's basically from Philly, Philly adjacent, and to play for your hometown team, like once you officially made the roster, just kind of describe the emotions, the feeling, just what was that like? I can only imagine. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I can just only imagine getting picked up by my Colts, on the team I grew up cheering for my entire life. How did that feel?
Oh my God, you can't even frickin' imagine, man. And I like to fill in the real word for frickin', but I can't.
You can if you want to. You do what you want.
Can't with me.
That's all right. You know, I'm still trying to be a role model for whatever that means.
Me too. CJ Stroud.
If they're out there anymore. You know, in reality, it was pretty crazy, you know, and when it came down to where they were going to make the last cut, I was actually leading the team in touchdowns and receptions, including Hal Carmichael, who he was injured a little bit during training camp. So I got a lot of opportunities out there, regardless of my age. And Coach Ramil, each game, you know, he put me in special teams, and I was banging it on special teams as a gunner. And then, you know, not too, but I was running a legit 4-4 back then in the day. And at any rate, I didn't know, and I was a season ticket holder. That's the key.
Damn.
I was a season ticket holder for 10 years. When I was collegiate at St. Joe's, I was on a track scholarship at St. Joe's, and Jack Ramsey was the basketball coach. They didn't have a football team, and it was all men. And I had season tickets for $60 then. And then it transferred over to the vet when the Eagles wound up going to Veterans Stadium, and I'm sitting in the stands. And then eventually I get to be playing down there. So here we are. It's the final day. It's the final cut. And the Turk comes over, a guy by the name of Bill Davis. And Bill Davis comes over, and we knew he was going to cut somebody because there were 6 wide receivers and they were going to keep 5. And he looked at me and he just started laughing. And I grabbed my playbook thinking that I'm the guy, right? And he looks right at me and laughed even more. And he goes and picks another guy. And he says, bring your playbook. So I still wasn't told I had made the team. So we get out on the field now. And the field, you know, the Phillies, and you know how it was back in the day in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, and all those cities. They had those combined stadiums. And we had one of those combined stadiums. So now we're all out there in right field because it's the spring. And the Eagles are getting set up for, and the team, I mean, the baseball is going on, the MLB is going on, and then Coach Ramil, and I'm looking around. I'm still not told him we're playing the Dallas Cowboys the next week, and I'm looking around, looking at my seats, and I'm thinking, oh my God, if my boys could just see me right now, my dad be up there, the whole deal. And Coach Ramil walked over, and he had this little smirk on his face, and he looked, and I says, oh, here it comes. He's just going to cut my ass right now, right? That MFer, but it didn't happen. He just smiled. He says, hey, Papale, he says, great job, man. He says, welcome to the team. You're a Philadelphia Eagle. And
I think the movie displayed it like what? Like out in the car or the parking lot?
Yeah, well, it was right before that what they did, and it's great you brought that up. That's pretty astute on your part, because the Rudy moment, when Rudy found out he was going to go to Notre Dame, and he called his dad, you know, at the warehouse and all, and they had this cheerful kind of a phone call. Well, I did the same thing. So I asked Coach, I said, oh, geez, are you kidding me? And so, you know, I like jumped in his arms and was hugging him. I said, oh, I can't believe I'm going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. So I said, can I make a phone call? So he started laughing, and he says, what, are you going to have a press conference already? I said, no. I said, can I go call my dad and let him know that I'm going to be a Philadelphia Eagle? And, you know, and so the baseball stadium set up, and there was a payphone right outside the Phillies dugout. And I run into the Phillies dugout. I get the shop steward at Westinghouse where my dad was working. And I said, Slim, I said, tell Kingy, his little boy. And my dad's nickname was Kingy. I said, tell Kingy, his little boy is a Philadelphia Eagle. And, you know, it erupted. And that's the real story. But because we didn't want to accuse of plagiarism and anything else like that, you know, we created that one scene where Coach Ramil brings me in, and I go and I'm going to take my playbook. I give it to him. He says, pushes it back. He said, you might want to hold on to that for a while. That was a great scene. And they did a beautiful job putting it together. But, you know, it worked out great.
Man, that's special. That's special right there. Shaun, I know if you had anything I want to.
So, Vince, I don't know if you remember, but we did an event together back in, this probably was like 07, 08. We hosted a breakfast for the St. Petersburg Bowl. I think it was March.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah. How you been, man?
I'm doing great. I'm just right down the road now. I'm right around the corner, as they say.
Yeah. So I wanted to, first of all, congratulate you.
Thank you.
on your success, man. To have accomplished the things you have and experience that is unbelievable. But then to be able to monetize those experiences is something unbelievable. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm from Florida. So when you hear somebody from Florida say they live in Jupiter, that's a soft flex. The median average net worth to live in Jupiter is like 9 figures. So, I mean, shout out to my guy VP. I mean, your neighbors down there, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, just for people that don't understand where Jupiter is in Florida. But I said all that to say this. At this point, with all the experiences, all the accomplishments, all the success, is there anything else that you haven't done, experienced, accomplished that you're still pursuing?
Well, other than becoming a grandfather, no, not really. And it's funny you say, I live on a golf course here, and I came down here about 9 years ago when I was living in suburban Philadelphia, Cherry Hill. My kids going to school up there and all that stuff. And a guy calls me up out of Clear Blue Sky and said, "What's your fee for me to come down and speak to this charity golf outing for the police? It's COPS, Concerns of Police Survivors." And I said, "You don't want to know." I said, "I'll tell you what." I said, "Why don't you just buy me a couple beers, give me a hotel room, and we'll call it a day." And then we came down here and then just fell in love with it. My wife Janet, the great athlete, the gymnast, the tennis player, the golfer, was living in Boynton Beach, and Boynton, and so she was living in Boynton Beach at that time in 92, 93. And so when I first met her, and we just looked at here, and we're in Turtle Creek, and if I went over to the clubhouse right now, I'd probably see Ernie Els or Ricky Fowler, or any one of 15, and it's insane. I mean, your head like snapping around. You're like Linda Blair in the original Exorcist. Your head's just spinning. But it's just really cool. And I've ingrained myself in the community. And speaking of the devil, here comes the gymnast. Maybe she'll pop in and say hi. But I'm in. Believe it or not, I'm in my garage. And,
okay.
And this is the back wall. I got the door wide open because it's just spectacular. I'm looking out. I don't want to brag, but I'm looking at palm trees and all that crap.
Oh, I told you it's a soft flex. It's a soft flex, JB. You live in Jupiter.
Well, Coach JB, he's also in a garage. So you both got a nice garage set up, it sounds like. So me and Shaun need to step our game up, Shaun.
Hey, Vince, I got to ask you, college-wise, didn't you get a scholarship as a pole vaulter or something?
Yes, I did. Yep.
And what happened with that?
Well,
so explain that.
It happened. Here, hey, Jan, come on up and say hi to the guys. So here she comes.
I love it. I love the authenticity.
Okay.
JB.
Authenticity.
All right, here she goes. Here we go, Danny.
Here's the greatest athlete of the family. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Man, I can't thank you guys enough.
All right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, they say I outkicked my coverage. So
okay, yeah.
With that one, 30. It's been 31 years. What was the question again? Now,
your pole vaulting career. You went to college. How did that? So you go scholarship there. Was football ever like a consideration? I know you did triple jump, long jump. I know you did all kind of stuff.
I did all kinds of stuff. Yeah, actually, football was really in my mind, and I was always told I was too small to play football. When I was 14 years old, I was only 4'10", 4'11", 80, 85 pounds. And then all of a sudden, what a lot of people don't know, my mom was institutionalized with mental illness, and I was dealing with all that kind of stuff, So it wasn't all that comfortable with myself, but a good athlete. And then all of a sudden in high school, I got up to 5'7" when in my senior year, about 160. And my junior high school phys ed teacher and coach for football said, "Come on out. I want you to come out for the football team." He said, "How come you didn't play football earlier?" And he said, I was told I was too small. And he says, "I'm giving you a shot." And when you know it, he gave me that shot to play football. And I wound up leading the team in the county and receptions and this and that. But because I was coming in as a first-year senior, nobody saw me. I had no offers. but I was going to go to Westchester State Teachers College because my science teacher became their freshman coach, and he was going to give me basically a free agent tryout. So I'm not doing anything in the spring, and my high school football coach and all, he becomes the head track coach, and he said, Vinny, he says, I need you, man. You're the fastest kid in the school, and I want you to do the sprints, do the hurdles. And I says, can I pole vault? And he said, he said, your dad, I knew when I talked to your dad, I knew you were going to say that. And he said, yeah, I'll give you a shot. Well, when you know it, I wound up getting a track scholarship at St. Joe's in the pole vault. And, a couple other schools in the neighborhood said I wasn't a good enough athlete. I remember one school, you'll appreciate this, Coach, because you brought up all the events. Remember one school, because I eventually wound up doing, I led off the 440 relay. I did the long jump, triple jump, and pole vault, and whatever other. And I had 4 firsts. And after the meet was over, the guy that told me I wasn't a good enough athlete, I said, well, what do you think of me now? And I'm going to be around for the next 4 years. But
let me ask you this: you played 3 years. Was that true? And I know I looked up your real stats. Like you made that roster for 3 consecutive years for the Eagles.
I got 3 years in, and the irony is that I was the captain of the team my second year, and which was really cool. And then the third year I had surgery, but I finished out the third year. We wound up playing. First time we got back in the playoffs for years, decades maybe. We were playing Atlanta in a wild card game, and then I separated this shoulder here, and I had surgery, and I came back for the 4th year. In the first game of the preseason against the original Baltimore Colts at a Johnny Unitas Baltimore Colts at Municipal Stadium in Baltimore, and I re-separated this shoulder, and I dislocated this one because I was trying to get even with the guy that cheap shotted me. And but what happened is it carried me through on injured reserve, and I got 4 years credit, and I got
wow.
Yeah, I got it. You know what? And I get a pension, man, which is really cool.
Hell yeah. And I gotta ask the elephant in the room question though. Like, break down the truth of this whole thing, because there's a lot of confusion out there. A lot of people I don't think realize. So you scored a touchdown. In I know on the movie it shows you scored that touchdown versus the Giants. In theory, was the truth you scored against the Patriots, or did you score in that Giants game, but at the time you could not advance a punt block? Is that the truth of the story? What is that?
Yeah, you sort of have a little bit of each, First of all, it was against the Giants. It was the first home game the Eagles had. And I had already in the movie, in the Cowboys game, which was the first game, they made it look like I was a real slug, a deer in the headlight syndrome and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're coming back, and I'm having a hell of a game as a gunner. I've already got a 3 solos on punt returns, poor Jimmy Robinson. So now we're having a punt toward the end of the game. Coach, you just had a punt. So I'm getting double teamed out there on the right-hand side, and I had my moves, and so what I'm doing is I'm running down there, and I ran one of the guys that was covering me. I ran him right into Jimmy Robinson, and Jimmy coughed up the ball, and you can see it on YouTube, when you see the
real footage,
and it came right into my hands, and I run into the end zone. Well, they called it a muff, the M-U-F-F word, and so they called it a muff, and they brought it back to the 8-yard line, but anyway, we wound up scoring on that drive, and we wound up winning the game, and it was Coach Ramil's first win, and I was invited and accepted by my teammates because we had a team party that night, and I was sitting there with with Carmichael and Bergie, and it was so cool.
Bergie. Hey, I got so many questions, but I don't want to leave these guys out, but that whole depiction of they didn't accept you were the outlier, right. You're the guy that walked on during a tryout and all that stuff. First question, was the tryout kind of similar? Was it just a bunch of anyone's that came out there and you make it out of all that? And then B, were you really not accepted and you had to show yourself in that Giant game to get accepted?
All of the above,
Wow.
I thought I showed myself in the preseason We had 6 preseason games then, 6, right?
Yeah.
And guys actually tackled. Guys actually
had to play.
We had the nutcracker drill.
Respect. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember all those things. So that's what really happened, and so the tryout was pretty interesting because I was on a list. The coach Ramil didn't know about the list, but I was on a list, and because I was on the list, I was able to go down to the Eagles locker room and dress up. So what they did is they actually put a jersey on me, and they put on number 83 on me. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing all my idols. I'm a season ticket holder now, and I'm looking around this locker room and so holy shit, So I'm trying to get out of the stadium. If you've ever been to Veterans Stadium, it's one of those subterranean stadiums, and I got lost. And eventually, by the time I was able to get up out of the stadium, find my way, and go all the way across to where the JFK Stadium was, where they used to have the Army-Navy game, and by the time I got there, they had already started stretching. And Coach Ramil looked at me, not knowing who I was. Says, 83, what's your problem? I said, I had equipment issues. And so he said, just get in line, So, I got in line, I warmed up. And in the corner of the stadium, my father was there in his Westinghouse Blues. And he's yelling, Vincey, that was my nickname. Vincey, you can do it. You can do it. And when they popped that 40, Coach sort of remembered me. And he said, come on, let's put him in for a couple of other. And then they had a 7-on-7, and it was just like in those touch leagues, it was the bar leagues that I played in. So that was a piece of cake. And right after the workout was over, everybody else was told to go home. I went back down the Eagles locker room, and they told me to report up to the 4th floor. And I now knew how to get up to the elevator. And I get up to the 4th floor, and they signed me for $21,000. But as I walked past Coach Ramil's office, he knew my name. And he said, you look pretty good out there. You look pretty good. I said, thanks, Coach. And so I signed a contract for $21,000. That was around April of '76. And I said, does that mean I make the team? He said, no, it means nobody else can touch you. Not that they want to. But, that was it. So now, I'm trying out. And the first week, which was 4th of July, it's a bicentennial. So there's a lot of celebrating going on in the city. And that first week, it was just rookies and free agents. And Roman Gabriel was the quarterback for that.
Hell yeah.
Came in and did it. Yeah. I had trained with Gabe for 2 or 3 months prior to coming into training camp. So he just kept throwing at me, and I have a defensive mentality, even though I was an offensive player. And I would hit anything that moved that was on the other side of the field that had a different color jersey than me. Yeah. I did not make too many friends with that. And then the veterans come in, and I started doing the same thing to the veterans. And what really pissed them off is when we were doing a nutcracker drill and they put me head to head with a defensive back. I said, "Now I want somebody tougher than a D-back. Give me a linebacker." And that was the beginning of the hate. But,
so that was all true too. That part of the movie.
That was true. So it was really true. Is all the guys that were the football players, the pro football players and the semi-pro players, and whatever they were, and those rough touch players, they were all Arena Football League players, active players, and a couple of former NFL players, which was really cool. So the intensity and the action, and it was so hot, it get muddy out there sometimes. The fights were real. I have an hour reel of stuff. I took 100 hours of video while that was going on, and Disney condensed it. But they did not appreciate me too much until toward the end of the season, after we were playing the Miami Dolphins, and the coach showed a highlight of what I did the night before. I had 4 catches and a few hits and a few scuffles, and he said, "This guy shouldn't even be here, but he's going to make the team." And that's when everything flipped. And then all of a sudden, one of the defense, hey, you're giving this, you're throwing your elbow up, Carmichael, hey, Vinny, hey, Pazan. And, and then that started happening, and I wound up making the team, which was really
How
cool.
did they, Shaun, you jump in, and Smitty, how did they approach you for this movie?
Me?
Yeah. How did they approach you, like, to say, hey, this was going to be the show? Like, this is going to be like this. We want to do this about you. And then how did Mark Wahlberg become the guy that was you?
Well, you know, I never thought it was going to be Wahlberg. I thought it was going to be Danny DeVito, but you know, not Wahlberg. But, had they approached me, so you know, there's this guy that's running around. Yeah, there it is right there, and I have the same thing right here. So that's it, you know.
Oh, that's
so Rocky is turning 25. The movie in 2002. NFL Contacts made NFL Films, which is right around the corner from where I was living in Cherry Hill, in Moorestown. And this guy Pete DiStefano, he says we want to do a feature on Monday Night Football for distant replay, and we're going to have Jerry Rice on the other side because you're playing the 49ers, and we'd like to compare you. Rocky has given us the permission to use clips from Rocky and to bring you in and compare you as to Rocky, you know, like the real life Rocky kind of a thing, as a celebration. So they showed it, and you know, Ron Jaworski and the late great Stuart Scott were the commentators in the pregame then, and they were laughing, having a good old time. I had 100 people at my house. I mean, we called everybody, and Janet, you know, she's great. We had them all, man, and and I saw the clip for the first time. It's on YouTube, and I saw the clip for the first time, and the next day Hollywood came calling. And the guy that created America's Next Top Model, Ken Mock, he wrote a spec script with Brad Gann, who had already written a couple scripts that were turned into films. And after the script was written and we approved the script in 2004, they had an auction in October, and they gave each one of you guys got a script, and you went to your favorite studio, whatever it was, your favorite producer, and the guys that did Miracle and Rookie got the hand, and they took it to Disney. And as soon as Disney saw it, they said, this is our next movie. And that's how it started. And as far as Mark Wahlberg was concerned, you know, in the soundtrack, which is just absolutely insanity from the 70s music, I had no idea. I didn't even know who Mark Wahlberg was, actually. Everybody, you know, they kept saying, hey, man, you got Dirk Diggler playing you, babe, you know. But Dirk Diggler. So what, you know, Marky Mark from the Funky Bunch. And, you know, Mark and I became like this, and I'm looking right now at the scooter, the Honda scooter that he drove around the set with my kids in the back. Now, Gabby's 11, Vinny's 8, and they were like he adopted children, and that's how it started. And it, you know, it came out right around Labor Day in 2006 and ran #1 in the box office for 2 weeks, and here we go. Here we are talking to you all.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I've got one last question. I'm gonna let Shaun kind of close it out. I'm sure you've had just a ton of amazing just stories and memories from your time playing with Philly. But what would you say is just the one biggest and just greatest memory you had with the Eagles on field memories? Is there a certain play or a moment that it stands out the most for you?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Actually, was that first game, obviously the first home game against the Giants, which was the one. Nobody really knew much about me, even though there were posters and there was all kinds of things around the stadium. But I think that the moment that meant the most to me, basically when I was voted captain of the team, my second year. You know, I mean, it wasn't a hit or anything else like that. What it did is it validated everything that I had dreamed about, everything I had worked for. It validated the whole thing, you know, and all that dream coming true. And, you know, I'll be in Miami speaking on Tuesday to a group of people who are starting a new business that and what they're doing and what their roles are going to be are totally different than what they're doing today. And I said, that's what Invincible is all about. You know, it's that dream, you know, the impossible, the undoable, the unthinkable, those kinds of things. And I think that was the thing that, you know, when I was voted captain of the team, it sort of validated it all. And it closed that open circle that was there. You know, that one thing that was missing. And I didn't know it would be the NFL. And who would ever think that got a freaking movie, for Christ's sake. And, you know, here we are. And it's really cool. I mean, it's like really freaking cool.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Amazing, man. Amazing. That's all I got, JB. I think I'm good to go, man. I mean, that's a beautiful story, and we appreciate you, you know, hopping on, giving us that insight. I know JB, like he said, he been talking about this interview all week long. Said he was coming in here with a list of questions to see what was real from the movie, what was fake. So we appreciate you for giving.
Hey Vince, last thing, Vince, for me, if Shaun don't have nothing to say,
I'm good.
Sounds good.
You know, Shaun played quarterback too, Vince. Shaun played in the league, played quarterback, won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. So, you know, he's been there. Yeah. The show shows you making the team and then kind of going back to the roots and playing tackle football in the rain with your boys. Were you really that batshit crazy to go out there and hit those cats when you made that roster?
No freaking way, baby.
Okay.
What I did is, you know, all the guys we were playing against, they were all buddies of ours. You know, we played against each other in high school and all that, you know, and they had their local bar and I had mine, had my Max's and Deacon Ale House, Cannon's Cafe. I played for 3 or 4 actually different bars. So what I did is I had to do that reconnection. And the reconnection, you know, because I wasn't feeling all that great. They were making me feel great after the Cowboys game. And that was it. You know that one scene where that little boy runs out in front of the car and picks up
with your number, with your jersey?
That's Vinny. That's my son, Vinny.
Ah, shit. Okay.
And my daughter, Gabriella, who's getting married in June. That's where Janet just came with Gabriella. Gabriella is the quarterback. She can do a Tom Brady, man, like you can't believe, you know. But anyway.
Wait, so did that happen? Did that happen, though? Did the kid cross you with your number on his jersey?
Well, something similar to that was prior me and Denny Franks, my teammate, roommate, and all. We did a pregame. We always had a pregame ritual, driving around, putting Santana on, you know, just getting ourselves ready for the game. And we went, and there was a right next to the stadium. There was a football field, and there was a kid there that had number 83 stenciled on his T-shirt. So he ran out into the street, and I just stopped the car. I didn't say anything. And then I said, I got to do this, man. So I got out of the car and I said, hey, dude, I said, you want to have a catch? And he said, yeah. So we started having a catch. And then I said, throw me a couple bombs, you know. So I went and I just jogged it down. And he looks at me and he says, man, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear you were Vince Papale. And I took my hat off, my sunglasses off, and the kid almost flipped. And that's how they created that scene. But, you know, just as I know you got to close out here, but here, you can't ever do it in anything that you're doing without the coaches that we have and the mentors that we have. You can't do it alone. And my high school coach, he gave me this great quote, and he said, happy are those who dream dreams and are willing to pay the price to make their dreams come true. And it's one of my favorite sayings. And the question is, you know, anybody can have that dream. And if you're just looking at it and you're not willing to pay the price, you're just you're a nobody. You're just a dreamer, you know. It'll never happen. You've got to be able to.
I'll be honest. After heart surgery and you coming on this show and as spry as you are, and it's impressive. Let me just tell you, brother, it's impressive, man. Kudos to you and the family.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm a blessed man. I got a wedding coming up on May 3rd and June 13th. So say your prayers for me, baby.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'll be reaching out again, man. I'll have to come see you eventually, no doubt. My boy is a live golfer now. He's announcing they're down in Miami with the live golf.
I just saw that on the air. When is that?
This weekend, I believe. It started yesterday.
Oh, did it? Oh, man.
Pro-am, and then today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah. I wish your son good luck, and man, I'll be in Miami on Tuesday, but.
Oh, definitely. Hey, love it, man. There's about 30-some people in here that are gonna go watch your movie today. I'll tell you that.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
Hey, man, appreciate you, brother.
You have a good one.
Pleasure.
Fly goes fly, baby.
Hell yeah.
Super Bowl champions.
Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. Take care.
See you.
Man, Vince Papale, man, unbelievable story. Unbelievable storyteller, just like the paisano he is. I've been hamstrung the whole show. That's why I had to do that, because I can't do nothing. I don't know what's on my computer, so I had to disable my mouse. And I can't do shit, so it's all fucked up. Yeah, it's all fucked up.
Shaun led the way. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It is what it is. Shaun didn't say nothing, but it was this.
No, you walked away. Shaun actually they didn't.
Yeah, my shit was tripping, man. My computer was tripping.
That was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Apologize, damn it.
Who
was a damn and a president? Apologize, damn it.
Hoover's a big Crip gang out here in L.A.
I asked a very, very introspective, deep question.
And he actually got Vince like excited. He was like, "Oh yeah,
I didn't hear it."
there."
And gave some context to everybody so they understand how caked up Vince is now.
Yeah, he got money.
You like doxing folks though. You told Smitty, you told everybody where Smitty live. You've given my address out numerous times.
You said he from Jupiter.
Numerous times.
You said he from Jupiter. I didn't know that. You said he lives in Jupiter.
Yeah, I didn't say he's from there. I say he's from Philly. He lives there.
Right. So I explained to the people what living in Jupiter means. That's a soft flex.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's funny how you always say like exactly like where my address is, and Smitty lives on Prairie, and it's like crazy. It's wild.
Hey, homie, chill.
Hey man, it's been a great week. Hey, real quick, I want to give an update real quick so you guys know what's going on out there. All you guys in the chat, on Twitter, etc.
Hey, Smitty, the guy flies a drone over his entire house, showcasing him making tacos and chopped chicken, and pulled pork, and ribs 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I told people where he stayed.
And he's showing his car getting washed, showed the full plate number, showed the like everything.
When you got personalized plates, it don't matter. So I know from security reasons. So anyway, let me break this down real quick. Next week, real quick. We got Smitty's guy, Fox's very own Chris Myers joining the show.
Talk to me.
Legend.
That's my guy.
We got legendary Scoop Jackson joining the show. Scoop Jackson. Matt
Scoop,
Damon.
old school hip hop and sports.
We got Johnny Damon, Boston Red Sox legend, joining the show.
I think he lives in Orlando, JB.
Florida.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but Johnny Damon, he loves the torpedo bat. We're gonna talk to him.
I hate it.
Who else we got, Bailey? Shit, give me a rundown. I can't move my fucking computer. We got a loaded bunch of. Oh, we got Bill Romanowski.
Bill Romanowski's a dog.
We got Bill Romanowski joining the show next week. Who else we got? We got some other cats too, man. Shout out to our main man.
We got Shaun King. We got Steve Kim, of course.
I just saw Chris Myers. They had like a little basketball tournament here in Vegas.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but Tulane was in it. I was going to watch them practice, and he was coming out of the gym, and we chatted it up for about 10 minutes. So if I'm not on when Chris comes on, tell him I said what up.
And then down the pipe, I know we got Warren Moon, Phil Sims, and Merrill Hodge joining us. Hopefully in the next week or two. I get Pat Perez on anytime. He's out hosting. He's now calling the golf tournaments for the Live, so he's got a little more time now than playing. So he'll be on. He'll come on whenever. So that's an easy one.
You know what I like to do, JB? I would like to go to a Live golf tournament. I've never been.
They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because it's like a party.
Right. That's what I heard.
You know, it's totally against the rules. It's loud. It's fucking
music playing. They smoking weed, drinking.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Smitty don't know. Smitty just going off me, but yeah, they do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
We got
it's about to be 80 out here. It's about to be 80, 81 out here all weekend. I'll be on the yacht. I got to make a decision. I want to do a poll question with you two, since you're both brothers.
I ain't gonna answer it, but go ask it.
I want to know, should I take out the jet ski, get it acclimated to the water for the first time? I gotta take it out there, get it in the water, and then drive it around to the slip, and then I gotta like connect it to the yacht and then take it out. I don't know how to figure it out, because I would ask Shaun or Smitty to come and then ride it, so I don't have to like attach it, and then I could have a guy driving like a wingman. But I know they're two brothers, and they want to fuck with the water. So
hey, Bailey, do you have a picture of the jet ski?
One second.
Video, yeah, video, yeah.
Yeah, I got a problem with the jet ski.
Cause it's white.
I'm gonna give y'all 5 more minutes today because it's Friday.
I had to match up the
Smitty,
truck.
He got an all-white jet ski.
Cocaine. Woo-hoo. I got a black BMW though. I got an all black BMW though.
That don't count, homie.
Look, the jet ski all white.
God.
Come on, man. Where they do that at?
That's horrible.
Bailey, the other video I did on Twitter it's better. It's a better video.
No, this is okay.
People gonna think you Moby Dick out there, man. Like
white on white.
White jet ski.
A black trailer, homie.
We ain't even gonna see you. When you
I
on
got a black trailer, homie.
At least get JB on the side of it in black.
I can see Ruben.
I'm putting slapdick. I'm putting slapdick.
No, forget that. Put Coach JB Show, Big Smitty on. Put Coach JB Show on one side, Big Smitty on the other side.
Oh, hold on. Did you see the flag I got made though?
I did see the flag.
I got a big ass flag, Shaun, with the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. A big ass flag with the Donald Trump insignia around it.
Nah, I ain't no Donald Trump sent me on there, but yeah.
I gotta get back down there, man. I miss Cali, man.
Yeah, it's been a year almost.
Months, yeah. I mean, it's only a 45-minute flight, homie. Go get on Jet Suite X.
I'm gonna bring some sticks and just fill his humidor up.
Yeah, because you smoke like literally 100 sticks in like 20
Hey,
minutes.
I'm gonna bring him all high end acid.
Like it don't even make sense though. You're not even smoking a cigar and enjoying it. Like you're really literally like a chain smoker, homie. It's not a cigarette, homie. It don't have a filter.
Back, give me 50 feet. You're not gonna tell me how to consume something that I'm passionate about.
Like, I was worried about your health, homie.
I smoke how I smoke.
Yeah, I was worried about your health and my money and my pocket because you was taking like some good cigars and you smoked them real quick, and then I was like, damn,
the tequila was real good.
I was about to say, and he was killing the tequila, the Georgia tequila that I paid for.
Everything. It's BPS, homie. Everything. Ribs. He had way more than anyone else. Baked beans had way more than anybody else. Like he was like, he just had like, we were tending to him, Smitty. Like it was his birthday, surgery. He had surgery. Like we were just having to tend to this motherfucker.
Listen, I'm at a liquor store trying to get liquor and stuff, and I'm looking at the cigar. Shaun called me. See if they got this brand called
Mac
Rocky.
and cheese. He ate all the yams, sweet potatoes, homie. This cat ate everything. Listen, I was like, damn.
Hey, I was nervous. He got a 200-pound dog that don't behave walking around there. I was nervous.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
he behaved perfectly.
Should make you consume stuff in excessive ways.
Ash will crawl and like get in between your legs by your balls, just looking.
And to be looking at you like,
I don't like that. I don't want no big 200-pound dog who's not there mentally by my balls and my nuts. That's crazy, homie.
I'm gonna bring a mechanics overall set next time. I ain't worried about getting dog slob everywhere.
I never got paid for my bottle I paid for.
Jesus, yeah.
Hey, Shaun, who's this?
John Morant, baby.
Oh, he got fined, $75K. He don't learn. Hey, some cats don't learn, Smitty. Some cats don't learn, Shaun. I don't know what else to say.
So this was egregious because the NBA had warned him not to do it.
Yeah. I would cut his ass. But anyway, back on Monday, we got a loaded lineup all week long. Don't miss the realest show on planet Earth. Pound that like and tell everybody about it. This should be the biggest show on planet Earth as well, but y'all holding us down. So make sure you pound that like and subscribe, and we'll see you Monday on Merciless Monday on the realest show on planet Earth. Peace.